Hey everybody, guess what? We are back. It's Mr. Extraordinary, Rob Sibeko, and Buckmeister Cool. And this is another episode of Series Nton Nton. We're actually going to be breaking down Netflix's Stranger Things Season 5, which came out latest on the 31st of December, if I remember correctly. Was quite a spectacle. It's something that has been enjoyed by fans worldwide since 2013 by the Duffer Brothers. It has spawned a lot of careers of the actors that were in the show. To name a few, Millie Bobby Brown, Finn Wolfhard, Sadie Sink, Gaten Matarazzo, Caleb McCulkin, if or McCollum? Noah Schnapp. I mean, but Noah Schnapp was already somebody before he joined Stranger Things. He was actually the celebrity. David Harbour was also a celebrity by that time. Maya Hawke has already done something, or rather, I would say she's a child star of two famous people, Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman. Then you have Winona Ryder, who was in Beetlejuice and a whole lot of other movies. Reality Bites. Rob, I think you and I should review Reality Bites. I think it's one of the best movies, man, of
Sure.
all time. Great movie with Ethan Hawke, funny enough. So it's, just that's some nice trivia right there. Winona Ryder actually worked with Maya Hawke's dad and actually Maya Hawke. That's so amazing. I don't know if she has anything with Uma Thurman. We have Joe Carey and we also have Natalie Dyer. So we're gonna be dissecting a lot. We're gonna be discussing a lot. So just be comfortable and get your popcorn ready, your drinks ready, and all of that. Okay, with me, there's Buckmeister Cool from Meister Geek Media and Buckmeister Cool Reacts. Hashtag Recast T'Challa campaign. He also has a third YouTube channel called Meister Man Music, and he has an animation short called Black Panther and the Super Scroll. It's a fan-made animation. He also has a webtoon, fan-made webtoon comic called Black Panther versus Kang. You can get that at Tapas. Right? And then we have my co-host here, my partner in crime, Rob Sibeko. He's a writer. He has three books out: Jin's War, Bludgeon Ball, and Heist. You can check those out on Google Play. The only cost for 50 bucks, 50 rands in South Africa, way less when you're in America. So, or any other part of the country where the rand is a lot weaker than your currency. So you have no excuse, basically. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying right now. Anyway, Rob, would you like to share your screen? Would you please lead the way and we'll
Alrighty.
take it from there? I'm gonna be eating an avocado, which pisses Rob off, but I don't give a crap. So let's go.
Yeah. Okay, Nas.
What does NAS have to do with this?
I'm saying it almost turned into an ether track. I
Okay,
eat
Yep.
avocados. What's up, niggas?
that's hilarious.
Uno momento. Where are my screen options?
Unfortunately,
There we
some,
go.
some
I'm
people were supposed to join, but they couldn't join due to, unforeseen circumstances. But yeah, hopefully you guys will see them next week. Buck, were you saying something?
okay. No, I'm just trying to go through this whole thing in my head. And somebody's said an interesting point as I'm trying to get my thoughts about this whole thing because I've never been the biggest Stranger Things fan. It was just something that I watched and I kind of liked it and it was okay. But like, there's one thing that people are saying where it's just like an unanswered question doesn't equal a plot hole, and I'm just like, that's slippery territory because I feel like a plot is supposed to answer questions about a story, not everything, but just the major stuff. And there's some major stuff that this thing didn't answer for me, and I'm just like, but that to me is a plot hole when you don't answer a question.
Okay,
So
maybe
So loose
we
threads
can,
are
getting into the
loose
weeds.
threads can count as plot holes, I guess. It depends. If you just
yeah.
call it a loose thread, then I guess it's a separate thing.
All right. So Rob, are you gonna
Yeah,
tell
but
us how
like,
we're gonna do this
what's
thing? Or
this? Okay, I'll get into it.
Um, cool. So basically how we're gonna start this off is with the first part being a little intro to the entire shows. As we know, Stranger Things started huge, but season four had a very strong finish to it that kind of left a lot of things in our minds before, well, the big season five hit. Um, and I'd like to let's go over like what we thought was going to happen in, without going too deep into the season itself, what we thought was going to happen, as compared to what actually happened. You know what I mean?
All right.
Like the way season four ended, I think a lot of people have mentioned that they thought um a lot of big things were going to kick off, but instead like was almost surprising. Like for example, that the D&D church angle seemed to have vanished completely. Like was that like I don't know if that was even settled properly. I just thought, okay, we're going to continue that, and it's going to be them trying to unite the entire city together as they all fight Vecna. You know what I mean?
Mm,
But that didn't seem to happen. um I don't
yeah.
know about you guys. I also thought maybe they're gonna bring in more of the rest of the world, but that didn't really kick off the way I thought it was going to. But I still love season four. I think it's great. I mean, I still think the fact that Vecna only showed up late was like almost like is it Ichabod Thorne who was like, "It was me, Barry.
Oh yeah.
That one time ago touched your leg. It was me."
Oh yeah. No, Vecna was channeling the Yellow Flash. Just the Yellow Flash. Uh, well,
Yeah,
technically he is, but was this Professor
yeah.
Zoom or Reverse Flash? But anyway,
Reverse flash, yeah.
just a note for the audience. Yeah, if you're not seeing me, I'm currently in the upside down, discovering the exotic material that randomly gets added to this season because I never knew that the exotic material was just existing out here. But we'll get to that when we get to it. But yeah.
Do you want to say anything more, Rob, to what you're saying now? Do you want to add anything?
Um, No, you guys can go on from there. What you guys thought coming into season five? What were your impressions?
Yeah, look, I mean, when it starts, you ask yourself why these people are still there. Why aren't they moving? Because that place is basically uninhabitable for the most part. And now they're just sharing Will's place, everybody. And the mom is cool with it.
No.
Everybody's cool with it. You know what I mean?
he- Here's
Like,
a
what the hell
bigger
is going
question.
on?
Here's a bigger question. I get that it's the 80s. I understand that it's the 80s. I get that technology is not the way that it is now. But one thing that I need to understand is that the military, like, I'm just trying to wrap my head around this because okay, the Earth like split apart. By the way, like people don't just forget that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Yeah,
feel like Hawkins should be rioting every day.
why isn't the president
I feel like they should
there?
Yep.
just be like, "What the hell happened?"
Why isn't
Like you
the
just put
entire
a big
United States
plaster.
helping? Look, when you look at real world
No,
events
okay,
like Katrina, you know what I mean? Like all those other things that happened in the world in real life in America, the whole world knew about it, and other people were trying to help. You know what I'm saying? Celebrities, churches,
Mm.
but here it just seems like no, Hawkins is small enough. It's too small. Um,
but
I
what I'm saying is the
That's like
Hawkins
porn.
residents.
You have to
What
move out.
I'm saying the Hawkins residents themselves. Okay, look, it's the 80s. Somebody's gonna say it's the 80s. You're talking about the show like it's 2026. Sharp. I'm saying that there's no way you can convince me that I saw the Earth split apart and it didn't happen, and everything is just back
Mm-hmm.
to normal. I feel like it would be Mad Max. I feel like Hawkins niggas would be fighting with the military directly to be like, where are the conspiracy dudes who are wearing the tinfoil hats who be running at Area 51? I'm just like, you are all just fine with how this thing is panned out. That to me was just strange. But anyway,
Yeah, that was pretty strange, definitely. I mean, it feels like a turnaround. It felt like there was a
you could
logical
say it's a
conclusion.
Stranger Thing.
Yeah. To me, it's like Netflix said, it's like they went to Netflix and went, okay, to do the thing we want, we're gonna need 200 million. And then they were like, yeah, no. Yeah, you get 5 million per episode and that's it. Even though I'm
Yeah.
sure they were given a blank check. I don't know.
It's unfortunate,
For me, this
Rob.
feels like D&D all over again.
Something like this also happened with Cobra Kai. You remember they once shot seasons back to back, and
Hmm.
their season four was horrible. It felt like Karate Kid Part 3 all over again because, first of all, they were rushed to finish the season, and it just seemed like it just couldn't match up to the standard that was raised in season three. So I get what you mean here as well. When you have, I think that's also the problem with cliffhangers. And if you have breaks in between seasons, there's a lot of things. What you just said now, maybe budget. The other thing is you find that the writers wrote themselves into a corner. It's a possibility. I'm not saying that's exactly what happened, but they could have wrote themselves in a corner and they don't know how to proceed. They do have ideas of what they think could happen, but unfortunately, they actually don't know how to proceed with the characters in between. Writing 101 for a lot of people that have given us advice about writing, they'll tell you that they already have a beginning and an end in mind, but they don't have a middle part in mind. So filling in the missing blanks has probably been one of the most challenging things about them in season five. Well, that's what I think. I still love it, but I just like if we're gonna start from what you just said right now, I think that those are the possibilities that may have um, might have come to the attention, I think.
Like I can see that I think the other thing that they did writing wise, and it's starting to, as I digest the show in my head, I'm starting to see that what they did is they started adding new things instead of resolving old things, and I think that really chopped them in this season, if you understand what I'm saying.
You
Mm.
gotta give us examples,
A
maybe.
lot of uh, we have to get to the episode when we get to it, but there's
Yeah,
a
I was
big
gonna
thing
say,
that
let's
they
not get
add.
ahead. We're just talking about the pre-episode stuff. We're basically discussing season 4 right now. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, in terms of the way season four ended, it was just like
Yeah.
Vecna is going to be Thanos, and they are going to be the Avengers, and it's going to be the end game, or whatever the hell. And I just think
Yeah.
that the way season one, this episode starts out, too many things are just normal. And I'm just like, there's just no way, like, parents, like, I feel like the streets would be a ghost town just because parents would be keeping their kids inside their houses for fear
Oh
of the
yeah, not
ground
at all.
opening
Yeah.
up and lava coming out. Like it doesn't feel like there's a real acknowledgement that the earth split apart. It's just like, oh, it was just an earthquake. No, it's like people saw that.
They
Like
still have
there's
to
no
go to
way
school.
people didn't see that.
They still have to go to school, Chief.
No, but
Hey,
I'm just
but
saying, school, you would not be going to Munna if the ground opened
No,
before
no,
you.
sorry,
My
sorry.
parents would not let me out go out the house.
I'm not saying that to disagree with you. I'm actually adding on to what you're saying. I'm like, and they still have to go to school. Like the earth just opened up, but they're like, y'all still have to go to school. Like, what are you talking
yeah, and
about?
also
And then also,
didn't they form
yeah,
a
go
mob
ahead, go
at
ahead.
one point? Didn't they form a mob in season 4 to go after the kids or something?
No,
Like,
remember
am I
the
wrong about
season.
that? Where
No,
like the
no, no,
teenage
no. What
guy was
happened
like,
is, no, remember Eddie. If you remember Eddie from Hellfire Club, so
yeah,
there was a girl that apparently Vecna killed her in Eddie's
yes,
trailer.
at the beginning. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then what happened is that there's a bunch of guys from high school, a bunch of Johnny Bravos or whatever,
Yes, yeah,
quarterback niggas. They decided to form a mob. So what happened is
yeah,
basically they started blaming Hellfire for the murder and the D&D things because it was the whole scare in the 80s that D&D is devil
yes,
worship and etc etc. So
Yes.
then a bunch of people
yeah,
started rioting on TV and then they started hunting Eddie down. So people were saying Eddie is the murderer on TV and then these guys were running around the town trying to get Eddie so they can kill him because that girl was one of their
yeah,
girlfriends or something like that.
Uh-huh.
So that's
yeah.
where the mob came from.
But then what happened to the mob? I mean, once the earth splits open, don't they like, oh, we were right? That's the devil did
No,
this.
the leader dies. The leader dies because he
Yeah.
was also in this. He was involved in the split, and then they basically bully the kids for like 2 episodes and disappear.
Yeah, but why did it stop? Like, why were they like, okay, no, we've done enough?
No, well, it wasn't that they've done enough. I just think they couldn't find Dustin anymore. I'm surprised Dustin made it, but that's another episode.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Okay, fine. Yeah, we'll get back into that. I just always found that interesting because I was like, I'm clearly having a disconnect somewhere here. But okay, now fair enough. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So I think that's enough. Yeah, okay, cool. So we've set up how we felt about going into season five. And yeah,
Look, I
so
don't want to
anyway,
lie.
how
Season
many years
four
passed?
was
Like
not
3 years, I
perfect.
think.
Season four was not a perfect
Yeah.
season. Like for me, it was not perfect. It was great, but it was not perfect. So
I,
I
we
think
sh
the wheels kind of fell off in season two, if we're going to be honest. I think the thing is, in season one, they had a tight story that they kind of wrapped up with all the loose ends, and then they tried to introduce something again, and then they just kept stacking, and then it finally felt like the foundation got a little wobbly towards the end, if you get what I'm saying.
yeah.
yeah, look, season one is the strongest.
I,
That's true.
oh yeah, by far. Season one is the GOAT. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the strongest. Yeah, but I think for me, which one is the one where is it season three? Is it season four? Yeah, season four for me. I think it's for me. I think that's where the wheels started falling off. I think two and three were still a bit fine, but four is when the wheels started falling off a bit.
That's
But
interesting. Most people consider season four to be the comeback. People definitely hate season two, I think, and then they think season four is a bit of a comeback, or rather, is it season three that they hate? But it's yeah, a lot of those seasons, and from what I've seen on the internet, a lot of people were like, oh, okay, maybe things are getting good again in
isn't
season
season
four.
three
From
the
what
one
I've
that
seen from
that introduces Robin?
it is, but everyone was tired of the whole like thingamajiggy losing her powers, or like her powers just not being that awesome, and the whole Russian angle.
No, no,
People didn't
isn't that
really like
four?
that
That's
Russian
four.
angle.
That's four.
No, no, remember the Russians are under the mall.
Oh,
And
okay.
then
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
and then
Russians are season three.
That's why I'm asking if season three is the one where they introduce Robin. Because I remember, like the biggest issue that I have with
yes.
Stranger Things in general is when they
Mm,
start splitting Dustin with the rest of the team. Uh, it's like they're
yes.
trying to make him like a Jon Snow of the series, which is fine.
Mm,
But I'm like, yo, you need to be part of the team because these guys are like you guys are better together than apart, if that makes sense. And I get that you still had to.
No,
no,
I think it's that thing of Rob mentioned this before on another podcast. I can't remember exactly, but it was that thing of we need everybody to have something to do. And I
yes.
think one of the problems is that they need to split these guys up because they need Harrington to be useful. They need Robin to be
Yeah.
useful. They
Yes,
need
yeah, I was gonna say that.
so it can't
Unfortunately, you
yeah,
cut me off, but
it
yeah.
can't be the core team, which is just kind of weird because I think the thing is again, splitting the team is not a bad idea, but I think the problem becomes
Yeah.
when they split the team and the like Stranger Things has a subplot problem, if you get what I'm saying.
Mm,
Like they will just have a subplot that really does not connect to anything. Because the Russian thing, right? When we look at it
yeah.
in season four, that didn't lead to anything. Like Hopper's disappearance didn't lead to anything. It was a side quest. And I get that
Yeah.
we
Oh,
must
the
explore
disappearance is
Hopper.
season four. It's not season three.
Oh, season four.
Mm.
But I'm saying, like, I get we must
Well, it's the
explore
end of
Hopper,
season three, but
sure.
yes.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, we have to explore Hopper as a character. That's great and everything. But, like, what his
Yeah.
time in the prison, does it equal to how they find out anything about Vecna? Is there a bidding war on the upside down between America and Russia? We don't really know. We just know they've managed to
Yeah.
capture some of these things, which is also not explained.
I genuinely feel
And
Oh,
like
also it's just
completely.
like
I genuinely feel like David Harbour was busy shooting Black Widow at the time and couldn't be there, so they had to create this subplot for him
Or sure,
to
it wasn't
not
that weird
yeah, but
Christmas one he did, remember?
to not be there the entire time, bruh. Like that's the only thing that makes sense to me.
No, but just say he's presumed dead. I don't know why you had to take him to Russia. And then I'm saying the Russia thing, it didn't really connect to anything. Like the
Yep.
only connection was that they had a bunch of demigorgons hanging around. So what I'm saying is
So,
season five, it also has this thing where there's a bunch of subplots that really don't go anywhere or add to
so
anything.
how are you
And
gonna
I
bring
Yeah,
think
him?
that's
and
kind of
How are
where
you
the
gonna?
wheels
yeah.
fall apart.
How are you gonna bring him back? Oh, hi, Robin. By the way, Lady
Don't
Roxy
explain.
is here. She's been quiet and listening
Hello.
to us ramble.
Oh,
Hey,
hey, gang, 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 gang,
how are
gang.
you?
Good and you.
By
Good.
the way, this is her idea, so she has to give us her thoughts.
Glad you
Oh,
made it.
okay.
So
All
glad.
right, so
Yeah.
hey, this
So
is the
how
first
long
time
Uh,
I've been
is
on a pod with Robsy. What's up?
how it
yes, it is.
is? How long is this gonna go on for? Is it like it's not like done in 6 minutes, right?
Nah, it's
No.
till 10 o'clock.
No.
Oh
All right,
God. Okay, that's cool. All right.
Yeah, try to last
okay.
as long
Anyway,
as you can.
So
all
I,
right,
I
cool,
got
cool,
a
cool.
new
So,
phone and I was
we were just talking about.
sorry. I was struggling to
Go
set
ahead,
up
Robin.
my Zoom, so that's why it took a
All right,
while.
no problem.
All right.
But yeah, you were saying, Buck?
So we were just
Yes.
talking about the end of season four, going into season five, Robsy. So we just
Yeah,
wanted to know how
Robsy,
you
yeah.
felt
We
about like the
just,
ending and like expectations for
yeah,
season
how did
five.
you feel about season 4 going into season 5? Like, what did you think was going to happen before the show started?
Um, well, they ended it with a way that was a massive time jump, but I think that's all right given how
Hmm.
they've all aged. But that was due to the pandemic and the strike.
Yeah.
So it's understandable, but like we missed so much and all of a sudden we were just landed in like them accumulating to like being overwatched by the guards and
Mm.
I was also hoping Eddie would appear at some point, but I also think it's better that they just honored him the whole time throughout season 5. But like yes, I
Yeah.
was expecting like season 4 or 5 like he would appear in the beginning of season 5.
Yeah.
Um
But wasn't
but
it?
also with the Russians, it's so random. Okay, so the Russians, they basically created that portal that could let you go into the one dimension to another. I forgot how it went, but they had that machine and that it
Yeah.
was activated. If it wasn't for that, then they wouldn't have, I think, made it through with that whole wormhole concept. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead over here, but like it builds, but yeah, the way that David Harbour was in Russia. We don't know what happened to the man with no face, the faceless man.
Mm-hmm.
He helped him a lot, but like, yeah, we don't know
Yeah.
what became of him. But it's like I felt like it was necessary to have the whole Russian plot, but I think it was just to help understand the studies because that was all part of the whole lab thing that's been going on throughout the series, and I think it just happened in another country. I'm just not sure why Russia specifically.
Because of the Cold
Well,
War.
it's the 80s, America, Cold War, all of that stuff. I think
Um,
my question rather is was like, what was the plan that the Russians had? Because all they did was just throw guys at the Demogorgons, and I was like, are you trying to develop a new weapon? Are you trying to tame these things? What exactly is the plan here?
it's like
As it turns
season
out, not much.
season 5. They also had them kept in the lab. They just kept them as experiments to study them, I guess.
Which, I mean, it's funny to me. I'm like, you lost like 90% of your personnel. Maybe you should let this go. It's like two people working
You know
this
what I
lab.
mean?
True.
And also, what happened to when did the army unite? Because remember there was like two factions, and then suddenly the other guy is gone. What happened to his faction? because there was Papa, and then there was like the main army itself, and then there was that guy from that TV show. And it's like, okay, cool.
That guy from
Did they
that
all
TV
become
show?
friends? I don't know what his name is, but like, who's a famous actor, but
You're talking
he
about
was
Paul
the main
Reiser.
scientist guy.
Was it what?
Paul Reiser.
Okay.
Okay, but
He
I
was
think
in
it's like 9, so I
Whiplash.
think let's get
He was
into
the dad in Whiplash,
There
right?
we go.
Yeah, and
There
he
we go.
was
There we
also
go.
yeah.
The dad in Whiplash.
I think he was in Mad About You. I think that's what you're talking about. That's the show, not Friends.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I
He
Oh,
see.
just
okay.
because what happened was the army comes through, right? This is season 4. The army comes through,
Yeah.
they catch Papa, they kill Papa, and he was arrested at the time. I think he was handcuffed. No, he was handcuffed to something, I think, underneath, like in the basement or whatever, or in the lab.
Okay.
And then the general or whatever you call that guy, that black guy,
Yeah,
he's he
sure.
was
The
he
black
was
guy.
he was talking to him, and that's the last time we saw them. Like we never saw them after that. So
Oh, you're right.
And it's like,
I remember now.
no, but the general we saw him
I'm
in
not
season
sure.
5, but the scientist we didn't see him anymore, which
oh,
is
we
so
didn't see
weird.
him. It's like, okay, so everyone's dead. The army has united as one to work against them. Like,
Also, this is one
it
of
was
the
very
dumbest
funny.
armies I've ever seen. This is one of the dumbest armies I've ever seen. I mean, we'll get to it
We'll
when we
get
can
into
talk to
that.
some of the
Yeah.
episodes, but my God.
But the last person before we start is Susie Bun. She just disappeared. Like it's just
Yeah.
it's like she didn't exist, which is so weird.
Thanos out of existence.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that either, because I was wondering where she went off to, and I thought her and Dustin were pretty serious. But I guess
Yeah.
like some characters, they do their part for each season, and then
Yeah.
they're donezos. You either kill them off, or you just like kill the character off without killing them.
Well, if there's one thing
Well,
they'd hate to do is
I,
kill characters.
But at least explain.
yeah, but I mean,
Say
also,
something.
I mean,
And
yeah,
Surfer
I'm saying
Pizza Guy.
towards the end, right? Like I'm saying, like towards the end, what's this? They do like a whole like wrap up thing, and I'm just like, she could have just been in the library or something.
Yeah,
I mean,
or
we'll
Yeah,
talk
met
to it,
him.
but like she could have shown up for like 2 seconds or shook her hand or
I
something.
agree.
But anyway, I think let's get to episode 1 with the crawl.
Okay, give me one moment there, sir.
I loved the first episode. I watched it so many times.
Oh
I thought
yeah.
it was
I feel
really,
like
really
this. I
good.
feel
I
like
think
this was Rockin' Robin's episode, though. I could be wrong, but
yeah.
it's like he has like the most screen time in this thing.
I enjoyed the
Yep.
first part a lot. Part 1. That was my most favorite.
100%. I'm almost the same. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the first episode, otherwise known as Chapter 1, The Crawl. So what we'll do is I'll just go over the basic stuff, and then we'll just like fill in afterwards, and we'll give our scores. So I'll do mine first. I think The Crawl, like Robin said, I think it's actually one of my favorite episodes. It's a great little build-up. Again, I had questions in the back of my mind, but ignoring those questions, I was like, oh, okay, so we're doing this now. Oh, okay, so we're doing this now. And you know what? I went with it. Fine. The army not noticing a guy sneaking into the back of a truck when they're all facing the same direction. Right? You know what? I've played Metal Gear Solid. I'm fine with that. They've all
Hey,
got that
as
little
long as you
peripheral vision
crouch, as
thing.
long as you crouch, my G.
And
Hopper's
the
got
thing
the
is,
strongest thighs in the game.
Hopper is huge. Hopper is like
Yep.
Baloo from the Jungle Book. He's a big dude. There's no way you
Yep.
didn't see that guy, dog. There's absolutely no
No
way.
one saw him at the. And also, there's a tower. I love one. I think one person pointed out that the watchtower. The fact that the army wouldn't think of putting a man there is crazy.
And are you telling me that
Like that would have fixed the army's.
nobody saw those kids? Nobody saw those
Okay,
kids.
but wait. Let's keep the structure. Let's keep the
Yeah.
structure. So, Rob,
Okay,
are you
cool.
still
But
going first?
Anyway, yeah. So we start with Will. I enjoyed Will getting. I thought it was stunning to see the whole wool getting caught by the Demogorgon thing. I thought that was pretty great. A bit uncomfortable with the ending. I mean, how it ended. I'm like, Jesus, calm down. What island is this being shot on? The tentacle infection part I'm talking about. The military things were kind of cool, if not dumb. I thought the general buildup was great. The Demogorgon attack. That was visually stunning. I think one of the best things about this thing is if you guys watch the documentary, the behind the scenes and everything came together nicely. The build-up was nice. So definitely I'm going to give this one dumb and all. I'm gonna give it a 8.9. Think might be my highest rated episode, which is higher than IMDb, which gave it 7.8. All right. Let's do Kutso
That
second.
was just a dumb rating, in my opinion. Like, I don't understand why IMDb would give it a 7.8. That was just crazy for me. Um, I love this episode, man. It had a lot of humor. I think the angle of introducing us to this series with Rock and Robin was brilliant because, first of all, we had no idea what we are getting ourselves into, especially after the cliffhanger in season 4. Rock and Robin is one of the characters that you can relate to, and you've seen a lot of her in the previous season, so that was the perfect person to talk to us. If it was anybody else, it would have changed the entire tone of the first episode. If it was Will talking, or if it was Eleven talking, or Hopper talking, anybody else, unless maybe Dustin or what's this kid? Is it Sam? Um, the kid with the hair. What's his name again?
Lucas.
Yeah.
Lucas,
Steve.
Steve.
which
Steve
oh,
Harrington,
okay, but
Yeah.
okay, but
So
I just gotta say
the
something.
mom of the group.
Stranger Things season 5. Okay, no, I'll save it for my turn. I'll save it for my
the
turn
what of the
because I have
group,
something to
Robin?
say. Because wow.
The mom, the babysitter of the
Yeah.
group.
So
He's always taking care of them
If it
kids.
was Dustin, Steve, or maybe Lucas, it still would have worked. But there was something about Robin and how she introduced us to the entire gang and sort of like being the narrator of sorts, even though she's doing it through the radio. I like it when stories do that, where they use a character to explain what happened. It's exposition, but it's not it's not bad. You know what I mean? It's done very well. It's a clever way to do it. Um,
Mhm.
and I think also the characters looking at the glass half full, despite whatever it is going on. I like stuff like that. I know it's fiction, but I think there's a strong message there. So I like it as a first episode because it got me glued to the next one. Apart from the things that we've mentioned already, I still think that the relationship between Hopper and Eleven is a bit, how can I put it? There's a bit of tension there. There's unspoken things there, because the whole season, we thought Hopper was, I mean, she thought Hopper was dead. And if you remember, I think for 2 or 3 years, she was not with Hopper in the previous season because there was a time skip between season 2 and season
Yes.
3. So I think she spent like 2 years or 3 years with um um what's this guy? Will's family. Is it Will? Noah's family. No, yeah, Will Byers' family. So yeah, it was when I saw them, even though she was doing her training and I just felt like, I don't know, there's something that is not being said here. There's some unresolved stuff here that I'm not getting from that first episode, but it was not bad. Um, yeah, so for me, I'll give it a 9, man. I think it was well executed, despite the obvious things that we mentioned. Because that team knows nothing about stealth. Stealth doesn't mean anything to them. It doesn't exist. But it was good nonetheless.
All right, Bucky Barnes.
All right. I The military plot really annoys me. I don't understand it because I'm like, you guys have like there's somebody in the military that witnessed all of this stuff, and witnessed all the monster stuff and everything, and know that you can't handle this thing, but you're just not going to talk to the people who have been successfully fighting these things. Like Hopper and the team have successfully beaten these things multiple times. Your unit keeps losing people to Abo 11 and these monsters, but you're not going to work with. Okay, fine. I guess you have to beat the Russians. Um, Meeting the gang and everything, opening up. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to say also. This is something I wanted to say also. What happened to Lucas's
Mhm.
hair? This is a crime against
Dude, what the
humanity. What
fuck?
happened to his line?
What the fuck happened to that nigga's hair, bro?
why?
Oh my God.
Why does he have a U?
What?
That
What?
was so
Why
horrible,
did they
dog.
cut
Man
that?
went to Legends Barber.
Oh wow, Rob.
What?
What are you saying about Legends Baba, dude? That's not legendary Baba. That's not Legends Baba at all.
That's a
That's
legendary haircut.
no ways, bro. That's
Probably
someone from
spends
the.
500 on the haircut.
That's a hustler on the street who's trying to be a barber. He doesn't know what he's doing. His hair in season 4 looked way better than his hair in season 5. What the was
No,
that?
he had a line. He had a line. I don't know what happened. Like, did his barber move away? Did he go blind? But okay. Um.
People
Yeah.
without
Back.
ethnic
Back
hair are
to.
confused.
I. Okay. I mean, I'm just saying, like, Harrington's got a line. Why didn't he just go to Harrington's barber?
Probably segregated.
Eh, it's still racist
But
somehow, even with monsters. Oh God. All right. Another thing, I think there's a lot of the plan. They reiterate the plan a bit much for me. I think some of the planning scenes dragged a bit for me. It wasn't the worst or whatever, but it's just like you can have one person say this. I don't need Nancy and Will to go. Kana King.
And
What's
Mike,
what's Wolfhard's character's name again?
Mike,
yeah, this show has
Mike.
too many
There you go.
characters. I'm struggling with names right now.
no, but
I'm saying I didn't
Buck
need
Buck
Mike
Buck
and
Buck has a good point. It's like they're trying so hard to make it seem like the Wheelers are the only leaders in this entire show. If a Wheeler says something, then it has to be done. Either Nancy says something, or Mike has to say something. You know what I'm saying? Like they come up with the ideas. They have to make shit happen. Like we get it. It's a family of leaders, fine, but Jesus, you don't have to shove it down our throat. You know what I mean? But anyway.
that's kind of what I'm saying. Like I didn't because it felt back to back. I'm just like let Nancy say it or let Mike say it and let's move on. I don't need the double whammy.
Ironically, it's
Then
because of the exposition thing you guys were talking about before. You guys said you don't want to see too much exposition. So they need to do the exposition in a specific way. And the
no, I mean
consequence of having so much exposition. Yeah.
I mean, they
yeah,
did the same
it's
thing
But
with
that
anyway,
whole
yeah.
Lucas,
thing of
remember? They
they
did
were
the
they
same
said
thing.
it.
They did the same thing with Lucas and his sister in the previous season, where we, they have to say the smart things and they have to correct each other just so that we can see that they're the smart
Mhm.
ones in the group. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, why are they coming up with the ideas at the same
Yeah.
time? You know what I mean? It's just a weird thing that they
Yeah.
do. The Duffel brothers.
No, I think it's that thing of what they were saying about Netflix and having to write for people who are doom scrolling on their phones. So it's not the worst example of this. I think there's other worse examples in the season. Uh, I think
Of
overall
course.
the episode is pretty strong though. Dustin's side fight with the bullies, I just feel like the bullies didn't really come into play like afterwards. Like I feel like maybe they should have been more of a
Oh,
threat to
yeah,
the
they
plan
literally
somehow.
vanished. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they just come and beat up Dustin and vanish. And I'm like, I'm surprised Dustin survived, honestly. Because I thought they were just gonna
Yeah.
take him out back and shoot him
You
or
know what I
something.
mean? Because they were that
That's
angry. Yeah, no, I'm with you.
yeah,
They were
yeah.
that
I
pissed
was just
off.
kind of like, yeah. That's why I was like, Dustin, why are you like traveling alone? This is just
I was like,
wild in itself. And also,
yeah, in
everybody's
another
attitude
show, they would
towards
have killed him
Eddie is
off. Yeah.
kind of strange. And I'm saying, and everybody's attitude towards Eddie is kind of strange. That whole thing of
Hmm.
like, we just kind of shove it to the side. I'm like, he died for your friend. I think you guys might want to
Hmm.
rep Eddie a little bit harder than just you stay away from my friend. And also, I feel like I would do the buddy system, especially since we're associated with Eddie and the people who want to kill Eddie. I'm just like, we
Yeah.
can't be by ourselves. Like somebody have to be like we have to be working in pairs.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that homage was really nice. Yeah. Was this Dustin missing the call because he got beat up? And then a lot of people just like walking past Dustin getting beat up. I'm just like, people took way too long to ask what happened.
Oh yeah, that shit was cold blooded.
I'm like,
Yeah,
dog, you came out looking like you fought Mike Tyson and no one said anything. But anyway.
yeah. It wasn't even like, "Are you okay?" It was, "Where were you, nigga? Can you see?" Yeah.
I was like, dog, I have 5 lacerations and stitches across my face. Maybe just ask if I'm okay.
And that's not gonna
Um,
be the first time that happens. Watch, but yeah.
yeah, true. But yeah, anyway, all in all, I think it still was a strong episode. Hopper
Hmm.
obviously video gaming his way onto a military transport. I was like, all right, fine. And then also him having the military background, which I feel like was retconned. But anyway,
Who?
maybe it's not retcon. Maybe they just filled in a blank.
Who are
No,
you
I think
Yeah,
it
talking?
I think
it
there's
was
space
amped
for it.
up. No,
Who had the
I think he
military
had a military
background?
history, but
Hopper
Hopper,
got
he,
like I thought he was
yeah,
just a policeman, and then they said like, oh no, he was in Vietnam, and I was like, oh, okay. But anyway,
yeah.
that's
But
not a
then
big
they were
deal.
like, he was not just in Vietnam, but yeah, it was a long thing. It was like they amped up his military stuff. Let's just put it like that. I don't think it wasn't. It
But
was
Yeah,
there, but I
isn't
think
that
they
how
amped
he
it up.
knows? Isn't that how he knows Murray in the first place?
no, that's not how he knows Murray. Murray was the connection. The Murray connection was made with Nancy and Kanaking, who's the brother?
And Mike.
The
Whose
brother to
brother?
Will. Yeah, Will's brother.
Jonathan.
That's its own story right there. But yes, what's his face? Sad eyes.
John Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Yeah,
Yo, I don't know why I was blanking.
No,
Yes,
no, no, no.
Jonathan.
I
Yeah,
because
the
remember.
Murray
I
connection.
remember the Nancy and Jonathan thing, but they made it seem like Hopper and Murray already knew each other before that.
No, they make the connection because of Russia. They make the connection because of Russia, because Murray basically gets them in and out of Russia because he knows Russian, which is, I guess, something conspiracy theorists know. Anyway,
yeah.
I agree with. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say. I agree with IMDb on this one. I'm gonna give it a 7.8.
So
Oof.
if you don't know Russian and not a conspiracy theorist, we don't consider you to be a conspiracy.
Well, that's what
You're an
Murray.
idiot, man.
That's how Murray. I guess that's the logic. Oh, but here's one thing that kind of annoyed me. The end of this thing, ne, when the Demigorgon is breaking into the house, I just people are way too oblivious of these things. I'm just like, is there no one else in the neighborhood that sees these
Ah,
giant
brother, dad. The
dog
dad is
things just
horrible.
running up and down?
The dad is the worst, bro. In this
I
entire show, the dad
I
is
will
I'm just
always
saying,
defend Mr. Wheeler.
Mr. Wheeler is
Mr.
a piece
Wheeler
of
is the
shit.
legend.
Mr. Wheeler is a piece
He's
of
a fucking
but
legend.
anyway, anyway, let's get to episode. I mean, let's get to Robbie's
No,
take, and then
Robin
we can
has
get to
to rate
episode 2.
this.
But
What are you
I
talking?
agree with.
Robsy.
No, I said Robbie,
Okay.
but anyway,
So
7.8.
so I really enjoyed the beginning so much. It was very wholesome and it's something you wouldn't see again for the rest of the series. Like just all of them eating breakfast together and the
Mm,
reintroduction of Holly Wheeler. I love her character so much. She's such a sweetheart and it was just so nice where she's like, breakfast! And then you've got like Mike knocking on the door saying, if you don't open up now, Nancy, I'm gonna pee on the floor. And then you've got Mrs. Byers walking out. Not Byers. Yeah, well, Winona Ryder. Oh, it is Byers
It is
walking out
biased.
of the bathroom, and then you've got Will and Jonathan in the basement with their alarm
mm,
clocks not set in it, and then they all eat at the breakfast table all together. I thought that was such a sweet notion, and then just
yeah.
passing the bacon on to the father. I felt so bad for him. And then they will do the bike rides to school, and Holly's all like, "Put on it's what squawk talk or something for Robin."
Mm,
and she did her intro, and that was also orchestrated really well with Steve Harrington doing the sound effects. When it came to the crawl, oh, I loved the coded crawl broadcast where they had to take down notes for the time and the location, or and then they were planning the crawl, and then Jonathan and Steve were like, Nancy, your route doesn't really work because it's more. Did they say at the lab at that point? They said a different area, so they did get it correct. Okay, so when it came to Hopper, I figure they did know he was there because of the way they ambushed the van at the end. That caused the change in the whole thing, because that wasn't like an accidental thing. They knew he was there, but they left it until the end. And then when it comes to Dustin, Eddie Munson told him in the previous season, never change, Dustin. Just stay who you are. And he's like, I'll never change. So you see him become a darker person because he lost someone he saw as a brother and he held a lot of resentments. So he was bullied by the kids at school. And we thought, like, okay, so this is now his darker, broodier version. Like, he promised Eddie he wouldn't change, and we missed the old Dustin. When he got beat up, it seems like back in the day, nobody gave a shit if a kid was bleeding out, because the same thing happened to Welcome to Derry. In the first episode,
Yeah.
the one lady that moves into the town, she sees a kid being bullied by a bunch of kids, and it wasn't even a black kid, it was a white kid. So it's like, it wasn't a race thing, it was just a bully thing, and like nobody in the town was doing anything. So it's just, I guess it's like a standard. It's like, oh, okay, someone's being beaten up, let's just go about our day, I guess. uh and then was it the first episode where the Demogorgon broke into the house, or wasn't it yet? With
It was
Holly
it
It's
was
the
the
and
second episode. Well, I mean, it starts to break in the first episode, but the whole attack happens in episode 2.
okay. Oh, sweet. Okay, yeah, we'll get into that
Yeah.
just now. Okay, so I really enjoyed how Will's powers were showing a lot more too, and that's like, it's basically a Harry Potter concept, and that he's a Horcrux, and Harry and Voldemort can share each other's thoughts. That's all it is, and I was enjoying that concept
Oh,
because
I
I
didn't
miss it.
even think of that when you mentioned it. I didn't see it that way.
I give this one also a 9. I give it a 9.5. I really enjoyed this episode because of the wholesomeness, and that Robin is well all kept up to date and shit about, like, just avoid using the slides down the road because they don't like that, and then you just see these random kids that you don't know,
Which
like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
sliding
yo,
down, and
military, what is your security system?
Yeah,
Kids are
there is
getting around
literally
you?
hell underneath that slab of metal. Do you mind? There is literal hell under there.
oh, and I really enjoyed Eleven's training. Like, it kind of partially inspired me to get back into exercising. I just loved her obstacle course run. I thought it was a lot of fun with her training, and that she was very determined. Like, she wants to beat Vecna. That's in her power or mindset right now.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised they
And
didn't play. I'm surprised they didn't play like I'm the best around. No, you were gonna keep me down.
Hey, that's Karate Kid,
He's
man.
running.
It was the wrong year.
Oh, is it the wrong year? Whoops.
I'm not sure. But
Is it
anyway,
Eye of the Tiger? Maybe.
let's see.
yes.
Rocky was. I'm
Wasn't
not sure
Rocky
actually. What
70s?
year is the set?
I think Rocky
Eye of the Tiger is
70s.
Rocky 2. So I'm not sure what year Rocky 2 was.
Was it the
But
80s?
anyway, chapter 2, The Vanishing of Holly Wheeler. So okay, there we go. Cool. Yeah, so now this is the big attack episode. Um I think this is, if you don't think about it too much, this is one of the best episodes in terms of action. I think it's great. It's terrifying. There's a lot of cool horror elements. I think they did a great job with the underwater bath element. I thought that was pretty slick. I never really can tell how smart demigorgons are, but whatever.
That was amazing.
Then you kind of
Really amazing.
but yeah, it's all over the place in my eyes. Justice for my homeboy, Mr. Wheeler. I feel like they did him dirty in this episode. Like they were determined to paint this man as Gon's dad. They were trying to make him Gon's dad, not even Goku, but Gon's dad. And I think that's fucking crazy. But at least he did defend his family, at least, before they took him out and kept him out.
He's young.
And then you'll never see him until
Yeah,
the
wait,
last
is
episode.
he dead?
No, they showed him.
No!
Also, but
He shows
here's
up at the
the other
last
thing that I hate.
episode.
But I'm saying, also, here's the other thing that I hate, right? I'm just like, nobody heard this big ass dog on your roof. There's no one. Ah,
Hey,
I hate it when movies do
dog.
that.
Yep. Apparently that bathroom music was loud, and those golf swings were loud as all hell, bro. It is.
No, I'm
Yeah,
like, what,
the
you got a
80s are a
boombox in
strange
there?
time.
Mom was spinning on the floor. Hip hop parade. What's happening? Sorry. Keep
And
going,
another thing
Rob.
that's good about this episode was ironically Mrs. Wheeler gets all the fucking juice. Good for her. She gets to like hide with the kid, which I thought was a great scene. Um, I I was yelling at the scene when the wine bottle was working on the Demigorgon after we just saw the Demigorgon eat machine gun bullets perfectly fine. Turns out Chardonnay it might be their weakness.
You know,
Oh,
hey, dude, the durability of the demigorgons, it goes up and down. Like one point they're immune to shotgun fire, the next thing you can big boot them across the face and they'll fall down. I'm like, I don't know how these
Oh
things
yeah,
are
you're
made.
right with the dog. Exactly with the dog. Yes, you're right.
I don't
And
know
it's so
how
funny.
these
There's a
things.
scene there with the documentary. The documentary. I hope you guys watched the documentary. It was great. Where you actually hear the actor playing Mrs. Wheeler saying, "Shouldn't I yell like go go go?" And they're like, "No, no, tell him to stand behind. Tell her to stand behind you. Don't let her leave." And it's like, but wait. But anyway, I saw the actual overall scene itself. It's if you ignore all that stuff, I actually think it's a gorgeous scene, genuinely terrifying, especially when you see the wounds that Mr. and Mrs. Wheeler get. You don't get up from those. That doctor, by the way, does he have senzu beans? Because that is some Jesus level healing
Hey,
that he
hey,
has.
you. I
Dog,
was like,
even in the documentary. Yeah. Yeah.
no, I was like, this. You guys are from Kamatage, cosplaying as
Dog.
regular doctors. That is some magic of note because
It's
she was
clearly
ripped
the
in
monks
half.
from Batman. Those are who are healing this, who are healing them.
The
The monks from
Tibetan monks.
Batman are the ones. Yes. But anyway, actual thing of the
Don't bother
tension.
slicing me in half, Grod. My Tibetan monk technique is helping me hold my stomach together.
Exactly. Exactly. In the documentary, it's so funny. She's like, "Are you sure this wound isn't too big?" Like, even in the documentary, they're like noticing, like, this seems too big. And,
That's
so it's
funny.
like,
Oh my god.
that is hilarious. But you know what? It's whatever. The tension is still there. The
Yeah.
impact of the creatures is still there. Like, it's some of the best CGI I've seen since, like, okay, I don't want to say Avatar, that's too strong. But now it is some top level TV CGI. I think graphically it's stunning. Everything coming to the tension, the timing, beautiful, everyone showing up, hot, top, absolutely. What is it? Cinema. Everything else, with the chase in the van and the stuff like that. The wall around the town, that thing. I'm gonna say the action at the beginning keeps us going over the action to the rest. So it's kind of like this, but we still kind of keep that positive energy, which is good writing. It's good flow making. If there's one thing you could say about the Duffer Brothers is they know how to hold your momentum. They know how to hold momentum and keep things flowing, and I really enjoyed that. I think that was the standout to me. Um, the Hopper and yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm rather focused on the positive, and it's definitely that action scene. And I'm gonna give this a solid solid
Solid, huh?
8.4. No, not too high. 8. I'm gonna give it an 8. So yeah, that's me.
All right. From my end, I would say that I was actually loving every moment of this episode because I'm like, finally, the parents actually have an idea of what was going on. It took you guys 5 years, not even five. It's probably like 7, 8 years to actually see that these kids were not just running around for no reason and skipping school and lying and stuff like that. There was actually something real happening here. And now that you're finally seeing it, what are you gonna do? And to see the mom, because this is how I see it. I feel like the mom, Mrs. Wheeler, is Sarah Connor, no? Because remember, Sarah was weak, but she had to protect her only child. Not really her only child. Yeah, her only child, but in this case, she had to protect her youngest child. And then when Nancy, even though we're
It's
gonna
ironic.
about it later.
Sorry, it's ironic that you say Sarah Connor because the actress is in this season.
Oh yes,
OG Sarah
Linda.
Connor, yeah.
Yeah, Linda, yeah. So and then with Nancy you could see that they were doing the whole replay thing, but we'll get there. Um I mean also shout out to the kid. What's her name again? Holly. Because this is a new actress. It's
Yes.
not the same actress that was playing Holly all along. She did a great job. The scene that you spoke about in the bathtub, bruh, that was just superb filmmaking in my opinion. That was just amazing, bro. The mom's instinct, you know, you could tell that they actually held their breath for real. If you have watched the documentary, that was real. You know what I mean? Which was so flipping amazing. I enjoyed that moment. Um, man, the dad, man. I've always thought that the dad would do something. This is the hope, the same hope I've had for Yamcha throughout Dragon Ball when I was young. Like, Yamcha, do something. So when I saw the dad,
the
I
dad,
genuinely thought the
the
dad was
dad got
gonna help
Yamcha.
them. I thought the dad was gonna help them. We were gonna get some revelation that the dad knew all along, but he was playing it cool, pretending to be dumb.
You
Justice for
wanted,
Mr. Wheeler, dog.
Oh,
Justice for Mr.
you wanted,
Wheeler.
you wanted the, you wanted dad to be Ishin. All of a sudden, no, I've never called
exactly.
you Con.
Like
Kai,
Grandpa Max in Ben 10. You realize that no, this guy was a plumber back in the day. Not like a real
Yeah,
plumber, but like an actual yeah, space
because yeah, it
what.
makes sense because he's a boomer. Quite literally, everyone was in the army. So why is he so trash compared to
Exactly.
Hopper? Do you know what I
Exactly.
mean?
oh
So
my,
Why is he
oh,
garbage?
like you guys wanted him to like tap the demigorgon by the side and it goes to sleep. And he's like, no, I studied this technique in the
Just
army.
at least get a second hit in. Give
no,
me a
bro,
suplex, and then
even
you
if he
die.
ends up in hospital, but let it be like a tough
Yeah,
fight. Do you know what I'm saying? Let it be like
yeah,
something where we realize, this guy actually is dope. It's just that it's a Yamcha moment where the Cyberman decided to self-destruct
yeah,
because he realized he was losing. So yeah,
yeah. It
that
is
was
soft,
unfortunate.
but yeah.
That was unfortunate, but I think for me,
Mm,
this is what stands out more than anything. That's this entire moment at the house, the family, and I just don't remember what happened with the rest of the characters in this episode.
exactly.
But yeah, this is what stands out. Yes, we do see that Holly gets kidnapped, but even when she got kidnapped, I was asking myself, what makes Holly so special? Because all along, there wasn't really anything apart from the Easter egg that we got in season one when she was following the lights. But this is season five, and I
Mm.
was like, what makes Holly special? Why did this Demogorgon just fetch Holly? What makes it so special? I think that was the question that I was asking myself this entire time. It would have made sense if it was Nancy or Mike that was kidnapped, but Holly, I was like, "Psh, I don't get it. But anyway, this one I give it an 8.5, man. I really liked it.
8.5. All right.
Shout out to
Can we
the
all just acknowledge one thing though?
shout out to the hot
That
mom.
Holly's brother being like, oh, I'm sure it's nothing, that you're seeing an invisible friend. It's like, nigga, you fought demons Why? You just heard your baby sister is saying
Well,
she's seeing a
thank you,
creature,
thank you for
and
taking my first, thank you for taking my first point, Rob. Because I was just like, dude, Mike, what? The
Hey,
way I would be panicking,
You
the
had
way you would not leave the house,
you had a
I
whole
would chain you to the floor.
you had a whole girl in your basement for like a year, and you think that your sister is just
yep.
seeing things? Get the heck out of here, Mike.
Munna. And his name is Mr. Watson. I would be so suspicious. Oh my God. Yo, we're going to church today. Exorcise these
Yeah.
demons. Yo, Mike was way too chill. And I get it. Like, okay, things are going on with your girl, but there's too much mystical, magical, weird shit for you to just be like, oh, my sister's seeing things.
Yeah. My sister
Ah,
must be
okay.
crazy.
Ah, all right. So yeah, I did not enjoy that. The other thing I didn't
Yeah.
really enjoy was the hospital stuff.
It was really
Hmm.
Simply because I was just like, no, but I'm just saying, why can't they see their mom?
Oh,
Why?
oh yeah. The
She
whole
just came out of
visiting thing.
surgery. That's the perfect time to see my mom.
Yeah.
no. I think this sometimes the
Why are you
So
denying me?
there's visiting hours for a reason. Sometimes the patient still have to rest.
But
They
they
still have to
there.
monitor. They still have to check other. They still have to do more tests and things like that. Well, that's how I saw it in my
But
head.
I'm
That's how I
saying
understood it
he.
in my head.
But I'm saying they said she just came out of surgery and they were already in the hospital. They didn't say visiting hours was over and they didn't kick them out
So
anyway.
you want to see
So it
someone
was
that's
just
just
like,
gotten out of surgery? Shouldn't that person rest?
even if she's
yeah, but that's another
unconscious,
thing.
it's my
Why is she
mom.
rest?
I should still see my mom, even if she's unconscious and breathing. Just show me her face. I shouldn't just be denied
For me,
outright.
Eh, I'm
my biggest
not a
problem was
medical
the whole
professional. I wouldn't know whether you're right about this or not.
the fact that they didn't just put her to sleep nat on their own. Like she should be covered in morphine right now. She shouldn't have been able to wake up. You know what I mean? Like if you wanted to rest,
Mm,
you make her rest. You don't just let her like you don't let her kids be able to wake her up.
that's
Like
true.
how are they able to wake her up? Like you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, but
Like
here's the bigger plot hole. But here's the bigger plot hole.
yeah.
Where did they get those? Where did they get those uniforms? Like they turn into Hitman 47 or some shit where they just magically grab uniforms and like no one saw nothing. Was this? They just walked past people and nobody's like, "How did you? Are you Doctor Mang
That's
Mang?"
the one trope. That's the one trope I don't like about Hollywood. Like, oh, so these dresses, this clothes just happen to fit you guys. Like they just happen to fit you guys. Like nobody's
not
too
Yeah.
only they
big
happen
for
to
this
fit you,
clothes or
no
too
one.
small.
I'm saying no, not only
Nurse
that. I'm just
Dlamini
saying the
is
other.
exactly 5 feet tall. It's the size
Yeah,
of a 18-year-old. That's exactly
uh,
right.
And
no, and then the
also,
other
She
thing I'm
is
like,
like,
the
you
exact
would
why
height
watch
of
it
an 18
why
year
are
old.
all of
like I'm
these
saying another
people
thing is
being beaten by main characters? That's why I like Scary Movie 4. That's the only thing I like about Scary Movie 4. Because in Scary Movie 4, they tried to take clothes from some extras, and those extras kick their ass. Like they kick the main characters' asses. Like try and take clothes from us. Like we're gonna kick you, we're gonna kick your ass.
no, but
Honestly.
here's a thing that I just have a question about. Where here's the thing that I just have a question about. Where I'm just like, you all saw these faces before. Now that they're in different clothes, you don't recognize them at all. They just walk past you in jail. Okay, fine. Um, yeah, the stuff in the car was all right. The Robin and Will is it Will? Yeah, Will Byers. Yeah, Robin and Will, their
William.
team up was like kind of fun. Because the mom's plan was not working, so they figured out. I don't know how this connection thing really works. It's kind of
Is that episode
inconsistent,
2?
but anyway. Yeah, yeah, it's episode
Hmm.
2.
All right.
And then what's this? Hopper and Eleven, their stuff in the Upside Down. I thought some of it was also pretty well done. That stuff was kind of enjoyable. Again, no one is asking Dustin what happened to him as his nose is completely cut from left to right. I just feel like if my friends ever had that level of obliviousness, I feel like we'd have to have words afterwards. Like I get there's more important things, but dude, I'm like busted up 6 ways from Sunday, and you have nothing to say to me. But okay.
I'm
Um,
busy, dog.
hey, okay. Yeah, what's this? We find out how Holly was taken, and I'm just like, it does no one in Hawkins have a concept of stranger danger at all? You just walk off with the
No.
first adult that talks to you.
Yeah, that was later, buddy. The
There was no
Sonic
kid.
cartoon hadn't come out yet. G.I.
Oh,
Joe
okay. So it's
cartoons
like in the
didn't show
80s,
that.
yeah, the more you know.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this is also the one where we get introduced to the big wall, which becomes a problem for me later in later episodes. But I think it was a good mystery. Again, the military are just stupid. Like you guys have been getting cooked in the upside. Like I'm saying, the upside down, the military has never had one successful campaign. They always leave with less people. It's like 80 guys come up and 10 go home. Maybe you should quit. Like I don't
Yeah.
understand.
I'm going
And I
AWOL,
just hate, I just
definitely.
hate like, and I'm just saying, I just hate how stupid the military is in this. Because I'm just like there's no intelligence whatsoever. You have all of these black ops sit rep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exclamation marks, but no one has enough sense to go. We are not winning here with these monsters. Our weaponry is not working. But anyway,
And the thing
yeah.
is,
But
they know
anyway,
that they know that fire works. Like
yeah.
in advance, they already know that fire works.
That's the
No
thing. Why is
incendiary
no one using
rounds.
fire? They
Yeah.
always use automatic weapons.
No, no, yeah. Have you guys seen that Caleb
But
City
anyway,
meme? It's that one. But yeah.
yeah. Okay, but if I'm looking at this subjectively, I'll give it an 8. I think it kept good pacing. I think most of the stuff seemed to have a nice, decent flow, and the performances were also really good for me in this one. I just think some of the logic was hitting me, and that's just going to be the main problem with this entire series, I think, in my opinion. But yeah, 8.
Hmm. All right. Robsy?
Okay. I also really enjoyed the scene with Karen and Harley and the Demogorgon. That they played Fernando by ABBA during that scene, and the soundtrack for this series is absolutely amazing. Like even like the grimmest scene would happen at the end of an episode, and then you would just have this upbeat song playing in the credits, and it's like, okay, this is pretty cool. um,
Very anime.
yeah, they were
Very
also
rom-com.
Body your
talking.
favorite character, and then everybody is hello, ha, oi in the credits. And it's like, what are you doing to me?
Yeah.
Making me feel like I'm having whiplash.
It's also the rom-com thing where we spoke about the whole airport thing. And we're like, why are you coming to the airport? You know that I'm coming back next week. But anyway, then they give you an upbeat track so that you can be convinced that this was a great ass movie.
I thought it was well used, and then I really love Luke and Max's storyline, so him not giving up on her the whole time, I just thought that was a very sweet notion. Obviously, like it wouldn't realistically happen that way, but I just
Yeah, no, fuck no.
really enjoyed their
I don't think
relationship.
in real life Luke would be going to the hospital every day. The nurses would be like, nigga, we'll give you a call. Chill. Go home. We're tired of you playing this music all the time. People can't sleep here.
And then I'm for Will being gay and Robin being gay, and that they have like just struggling to come out back in that time, and that they support each other. Well, it didn't happen just yet, but that plot line was starting to surface now because he caught them in the previous episode. So she inquired him about it in this, and I think he denied it. And then Steve and Jonathan were fighting about Nancy. And my best friend reckoned even then that Nancy should stay single and not choose either of the guys. I wanted her to be with Steve, but it makes sense if you think about it. They all have different decisions. So yes, there was a lot happening, and then there was 11 and a Hopper, which I was also a bit weird about. I really enjoyed Holly's like scenes. And then dipshit Derek was also like introduced. Well, not really introduced, but like you see that he's kind of
Yeah.
the
Hey,
next
that's
victim.
that.
Oh
Yeah, but
yeah.
that's
I
another
think
one where I'm just
the
like, we gotta come back to that. Hey, dipshit Derek.
well, he gets a very nice nickname later, and then he gets his old nickname again later for benefits. But like the way that they choose the characters as victims, they choose the ones that were affected by death, I think. I don't know how Derek's family was chosen or Derek himself, but Holly
They all
was
supposed to have psychic
chosen.
powers, which feels like a fucking plot hole. Because the idea is they're all supposed to have psychic powers. Like technically, Will's supposed to have soft psychic powers, which is why that even
Hmm.
Vecna can access all of them. Because they all have some kind of latent psychic powers, but only 11 has major psychic powers, which is why everyone's after her.
Yes. And then like I don't know why he chose Holly. I think like no, he chose a bunch of people, but Will could only read the minds of like select few. So they were
They didn't
focusing on
explain it.
more lead characters than the side characters. And I guess it was just randomized. As it shows with Welcome to Derry, there's a lot of parallels with these two series. Sorry if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna mention a few things. Children are the most easiest to target because they're so naive. With adults, it'd be like, the fuck are you doing? Like, back off. But children, they'll believe anything. At that age, they believe Santa's real and the Easter Bunny's real and the
Santa's not
Tooth
real.
Fairy. So obviously, when they meet Mr. Whatsit,
Ah, Nani?
use it, they'll be like, oh, he's just a friendly, imaginary friend of mine. So they can get away with it at that kind of age. Um,
So Robin,
age
who was the old
target
guy that was coming
age.
to my house every time on the 25th? Like, who would I look at? Who was that old guy with the red? That's not Santa?
Kirikoloto. It's the people you owe money.
That guy was
Yes,
stealing my
sir.
milk and cookies for no
um,
reason.
so
I'm
what was
just
Ah,
kidding.
man, he
last
was taking it
season?
in installments. He was taking it in installments, Chief.
So we didn't see Holly go into Vecna's house yet, right? That's the next episode, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
it's the
is
next
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
because they revealed. I was shocked that Mrs. Watson, fuck, Mr. Watson, is revealed to be Henry, as Corin writes on the piece of paper, and that did flabbergast me. I was pretty taken aback. I'm like, wow, Jamie's gonna play another character. That's pretty awesome. I feel like he's just as talented as James McAvoy, like when it comes to playing different characters of a series or movie. He is very good at acting as different characters, as you notice near
As
the
you should
end when
be as
he,
an actor, yeah.
yeah,
It's
very,
kind
very
of
good.
the
Got
job
Okay.
to be
application.
versatile.
So
Yep.
like this episode was good. Oof, I loved the bath scene. Oh my god. And yeah, the dad, he acts like a nonchalant character. I did feel bad for him. My best friend thinks he's actually quite handsome because if you Google like pictures of him, he's actually quite attractive via Google Images. Not in the series though.
Oh,
Yeah.
they did that
Fair
whole
enough.
thing. You know, Kane from WWE, when you actually Google him out of the character of Kane,
Oh really?
you're like, what the hell? Yeah.
That's awesome.
Who's the mayor?
Okay, so like
Yeah, the mayor, he's a mayor, yeah. He looks nothing
But
like
yeah,
he
okay,
looks
so
nothing
I
like
give this one like 8.4, man. I mean, it was
8.4.
it was alright.
Just a fun thing. I did not know, like, it's so funny. like the way that in this episode they gave so much energy to like Mrs. Wheeler, whatever her name is, Winona Ryder, going after the one kid. I actually forgot she had two kids. Like I legitimately didn't know she
Yeah,
had two kids.
Jonathan is
Like,
clearly
Oh,
not the favorite dog. I'll tell you that much. Jonathan is not the favorite.
dog, talk about a black sheep, dog. Jesus. Like, yeah. And yeah, and the other thing, I knew that that Nancy was not gonna date anyone as soon as that one guy, the whatchamacallit, was like, "Oh, you guys are trauma bonding." I was like, "Ah, that means they're not gonna get together." Because as soon as you hear the word trauma bonding, means whatever people are not gonna get. Huh? But
I think that's the only thing that I didn't like about the character arcs.
yo, Park, I think you're breaking up, buddy. Are you trying to talk?
hello? No, I'm not.
Yeah. Oh, is that me? All right, cool. Never mind then. I think it's Robin's microphone. Okay, never mind. Cool. So now anyway, chapter 3.
What's
The
up?
turnboat trap.
Someone put us on loudspeaker. I don't know why it is.
Oh, okay. I don't hear
So
any difference.
it was bouncing back. Anyway, Henry targets bully Derek. Hopper and Eleven are ambushed by soldiers. The plan to trap them with the tracker happens. Now, I both loved and hated this episode.
Sorry, who's
Can you
on
guys hear?
loudspeaker? I'm not.
No, I'm using my phone, but I haven't changed any settings.
Okay.
Must we all you guys we talk or something?
That's, wait, Buck, try to say something?
Okay, I'm talking now.
Nah, okay, it's doing it to you as well. Mr. X, try to say something.
Okay.
It's actually louder than your actual microphone. Robsy, try to say something.
Hello?
And that's the way it doesn't do it.
Yeah, it's you, Robsy.
Something's happening with the
Me.
microphone. Yeah, you're getting reverb. It's bouncing back.
How about now?
It's still bouncing back.
Now?
Testing.
Hello?
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 You're still
Hello?
echoing.
It's still doing
You're
it.
still echoing.
I don't know what's going on. I'm so sorry.
No, don't worry about it. No stress. Just mute.
It's
Just
fine.
mute yourself for
It's
now.
technical difficulties. It happens. But anyway,
Just mute your mic for now until it's your turn, and then I guess it will kill the reverb.
yeah, just bounce it back and forth. Yeah, when you got something to say, just say it. Turn on your mic and say it, and then we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It must be something to do with it's reverb. I know what that is. I just can't explain what it is on your side. But anyway, yeah, cool. So I actually like the douchey, whatever his name is, Derek the bastard, whatever. I like the fact that I love the
Derek
Max
bastard.
reveal. Say it again.
Deep shit.
Saying Derek the bastard. I'm sure he
I
has a
forgot
dad.
what his name is. I
Dipshit
like
Derek.
the Derek thing. To me it was kind of funny. The soldier attack, I both loved it and hated it because what was good about it was kind of this cool tense moment. But then I also hated it because oh look, they found another way to turn off Robin's power, Eleven's powers. In every season, it's like the worst version of One Punch Man. Okay, we get that this person is OP, so let's just take him out of the situation. The only difference is One Punch Man does it on purpose to make it funny, whereas this is a serious drama. So now we've nerfed her again, and it's like, I'm tired of having this happen every single season. To me,
Also,
that
why
was
don't they
annoying.
ever use that weapon against like the Demigorgons or Vecna?
Yeah, why does it not work on Vecna?
It's always 11 alone. I'm like, what? Like, you didn't even try? Just guns.
Yeah, which makes the army a bunch of idiots. They're even dumber now because now it seems that the devil creatures. No, guys, I'm sure we can deal with that. That's fine. But that 11-year-old girl, oh my God, everyone be careful. Let's get her now. It's so ridiculous. But anyway, ignoring that, I enjoy the tension of the fight. I really enjoy the shooting. I like the fight, even though again I'm annoyed at the whole thing. The conversations are cool. Um, I mean, to me, people not knowing that Mr. Watson was Henry was shocking because I mean they can't add another villain halfway through the show. It's impossible. I kind of knew that. The bait trap, I hate Nancy so much. She's my least favorite character in the whole thing, I think.
Interesting.
Steve is still my favorite character.
Yeah.
Right up until this a specific scene that happens. Um,
Interesting.
the Demogorgon chase was great. I loved every moment of that. I also thought it was really funny that Luke's sister was like, "Oh, that other family, they're a bunch of psychopaths." And it's like, "Girl, have you met yourself? You just have you met yourself? Have you looked in the mirror? You are the biggest psycho out of everyone." And you're like, doesn't she hit that little girl in the head or something like that to like knock her out, or like she just like
And that's a
tackle her?
No,
friend.
she take no, no, no,
Yeah, a
no,
friend. Yes,
no.
that's
Well,
right.
no, actually, they were beefing. Actually, they were beefing.
Yeah, but that's
But
still a
no,
friend.
what
So
happens
But
is that
but
fuck.
if you and I
If
beef,
we're beefing and you go
if you and
from
I
best
are
friend
beefing
to
and you had to
yeah,
invite me for dinner and I go to your dinner, you'd be fine with me knocking you in the head. You're saying something like that because we were beefing earlier. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying
you-
she
you're
knocked
watching
her in
too
the
much
head. What I'm
Naruto.
saying is that she forced. I'm saying she force fed her the. Wait, hold on, thingy.
The sleeping
The
tablet.
syringe. She didn't knock her out. I mean,
Oh,
it's not better,
Yeah, she
but
stabbed her with a
you
syringe.
know.
That's crazy. I don't want to hear any moral high ground from you after you stab me with a syringe. After knocking my family out.
after
You know what I
forcing me
mean?
to eat your pie or something. What the I don't want it. Get grand.
Hey,
Mark, no
Muna,
matter what happens, I
like
don't care if you
a
save the world. You're
demigorgon showed
catching
up
hands, bro.
later.
This isn't Naruto. In Naruto, yeah, Sasuke tries to kill Sakura. And it's fine.
Oh, guys, I have about like let's say 20 minutes. I have an early start tomorrow. I'm doing a park
It's
Oh,
run.
fine.
okay.
All right, cool.
It's fine.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll
It's
okay.
speed mine up and then you can do yours. We can jump
So
straight to you.
Well, actually,
under
actually, maybe
most circumstances, what we
let's just let
Okay.
usually do.
Robsy give a
Yeah,
rundown.
Robsy, do your thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what we
You jump
usually
ahead.
do
You
is
jump in.
we let
I'm
the
saying
person
let's
give the
let Robsy do a
rundown so that they
rundown of the
can talk.
episodes.
Oh my God, I don't know how it
Yeah.
goes episode by episode. It's been a while. I enjoyed episode 3. Yes, so is that when they destroyed Steve's car? Uh, Dustin destroyed
Yes.
it.
And they slam it
I
into the
love that.
wall. Yes.
That was a callback to Ferris Bueller's Day Off
Yes, it
because
was.
they used the same.
It definitely was. With Ferris's friend, best friend, right, in the red car.
Yes.
His friend's dad's car. Yeah.
It was the best.
Which I'm just like, there's no neighbors. But keep going, Robsy.
Uh, sorry, man. I'm so blank on episode 3. Can someone give me like a
This is
Okay.
nutshell?
where
It's like
this
what
is
I said.
where
Okay, so remember,
Henry was
it's
telling.
you meet Bully Derek.
Okay,
They
one at a
convince
time,
Derek.
gents.
Say again.
Okay.
Sorry, start over.
Okay, so they realize that that they're gonna go after Derek. Henry's going after Derek. So they
Oh,
go to Derek's parents.
oh, I know that. Okay, this was a very
And
good
then it's the
episode.
chase, and it ends with them end up in the upside down because Steve drives into the past to the thing, and that's how it ends.
No, but
It was so
also
much fun because
Holly. That's when
was
Henry was telling Holly not to go into the woods.
was this was oh yes, was this the one where they went where Erica went to the family dinner?
Yes.
Yes.
It was hilarious. The whole thing was freaking hilarious and done so well. Even when they went to her and she's like, "You got 1 minute," and I timed it, and that was exactly 1 minute that Lucas spoke to her. And then they were like, "But Holly's kidnapped," and she's like, "Why didn't you start with that?" And something about Tina not liking her again. The plot hole is though, like, what the hell happened to Derek's like family
They're
after
still
the
there.
barn kidnapping? Yeah, but like throughout the season,
Yeah,
you never see them again.
probably
Maybe at the
dead.
graduation, I
Yeah,
don't
because
know.
the cut
Um,
they should it makes no sense for them to be knocked out the whole time until until Vecna is
and then
destroyed.
I also loved how Joyce was trying to be so reassuring to Derek and like just realizing that she kidnapped a kid and she's okay with it. And it's like, will you cooperate? Oh, you're such a sweetheart. And then he lets go. Derek is hilarious. He's so funny. Um, okay, I enjoyed this episode a lot. I give it an 8.7.
Right.
Okay, I think go for the next one since you're only here for 20 minutes.
Yeah, just try to finish volume 1, I guess. Yeah, which is
Sorry,
the sorcerer.
guys.
Say it
Do
again.
you
What
want
does
to
it say again? You said
continue? Do you want to do like part 2, like in another week or something, or are you
yeah,
guys
we
gonna
will
do it
probably.
all tonight? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So let's just finish part 1. You said 8.2.
No,
Is that what you said?
8.7.
8.7. Cool. And then
Sorcerer was the best freaking episode. Oh my god. I mean, just Will using his power and yeah, but the rest of the season it was disappointing. I expected better, but the way they built it up and it was just so powerful. Okay, what else happens in this? Oh, and then Max is there. Yeah, I loved Holly's whole storyline in Vecna's freaking. That's his mind, basically, that they're in.
yeah.
And I loved it. I loved the cinematography. I loved how Max looked. She was beautiful. She looked amazing. And it's been a while. I can't remember this far back. I'm so sorry.
Okay, let me run over the details for you. Okay, quickly.
No, you're doing great.
So yeah, you're doing fine. You're overthinking it. Okay, so remember, Hopper and 11 attack the base on the other side after they go into that guy's brain. They defeat Terminator Lady. They find out that Vecna is not inside the compound. They are attacked by the demi. We find out Will is attacked. Well, the base is attacked by the Demogorgon.
Yeah.
They unlock the powers. Will unlocks his powers. They kill all the beasts, and yeah, and Henry calls the kids his perfect vessels.
Well, I guess
Remember any of
also
that?
11, this is 11
That
over
happens in
32
like
already.
that happens in
Yeah.
like an hour, 20
I know
minutes.
a lot happens in an hour. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, I mean Hopper and Eleven's relationship, it's sweet, but it's not for me. So like
Yeah.
I guess that's always at the back of my mind. It's like, yeah, okay. They're they're just characters, I guess. But like I don't judge their acting together or anything like that. I did think that the mind attack was done really well, especially, you know, the last part of the last episode, but we won't go directly into that. I just thought that's filmed really well with the black backdrop and the water at the bottom. What happens with Robin and Nancy in this episode? They're like,
They
oh,
are in
they're
the truck.
saving the kids, right? And then it's
Yes,
like
they
from
did.
Mr. Oh my god, the funniest scene, and it's the most meme scene, is like they get one kid at a time to go down
Yeah,
the hole, and then like
yeah.
kid goes but like someone's suspicious of the leaky water and she comes in and it's like, Mr. Watson, and then the music times it perfectly with his expression. Is like
Yep.
I love
And
that
then
part
grown
so
men
much.
can't hold back a door from a child. Let's not forget
No,
about
no, it's
that's
two
the military's
kids.
finest.
And
Yeah,
Wait,
then
two
they say like,
kids.
are you talking
Yeah.
about Derek or are you talking about
No,
the?
remember, first off, I'm saying, remember, first off, dipshit Derek manages to hold the whole military
Yes.
man, and then it's
Mm-hmm.
Mike and Will, and there's three
yes.
other military dudes, and I'm just like, did you guys
Yeah.
skip out on push-ups? What happened?
Hey,
Because
dog,
remember,
PK
Will and
was
them
not
also have slippery
existent.
water.
And I love that they meme that like Mike and Will or Mario and Luigi. There's so many memes about it where
Yeah,
they're
they
like,
definitely
Mr.
are.
Watson.
They're like the best duo, I think.
Yeah, they are. It's very sweet. And then I don't know. Okay. Steve and Dustin still have tension. Yeah, so the car was destroyed. I love that so much. I think that was one of my best parts. Okay, so like, okay, but that was previous episode. Okay, so
Mm.
I give this one a 10.
Wow.
Oh, look at that. William! Yep,
My
okay, that's a
God,
bit
it
too
was
high.
the orchestration. I keep saying orchestration. It's just how he moved his arm, and it was so powerful. And the way that he does his powers is the same gesture that Vecna does, whereas 11 does the opposite side. Okay, I'll stay and listen to you guys for sure. I'll do you that courtesy. And then I have to go to bed.
Bravo.
It's all good. Wait, no, give us a score for the entire volume.
Oh,
How
10.
do you feel about volume 1? Okay, then. The whole volume is 10 out of 10.
Well, when we go into the next ones, it'll change. But I promise, like, I'll do my research better with the next volumes or
Don't
the
overthink it.
next
You did a
volume
great
and
job.
tomorrow.
Don't
No, you're
overthink
all.
it. You did a fantastic job. This was
Thanks,
great. Thank you
guys.
so much, Robin.
No,
We
I'm not
appreciate you so
leaving.
much.
I want to
Okay.
hear your guys' thoughts on the episodes,
All right.
and then I'll go.
Fair enough. All right. No worries.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, cool.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Cool. So then it's back to me.
Sorry,
All
Robbie,
right,
can you
cool,
just
cool,
mute
cool.
there? I think the
Yeah,
echo is
she
still
did.
happening.
She did already.
Oh.
Cool. So I feel like I said a lot of the stuff already. Robin said a lot of them as well. So the Turnboy Trap. So to me, this is a dumb episode. There's so many stupid things. Again, the Watchtower makes no sense that the military wasn't there. Turns out kids thought of the Watchtower first. Number one, you know what this reminds me of? It's actually that Game of Thrones meme of they kind of forgot. That's in my head. They're like, oh, they kind of forgot that there's tunnels underneath them. They kind of forgot that there's a Watchtower. They
Hmm.
kind of forgot all these different things. And I'm like, it's still enjoyable because I think this thing is so well done and so well put together that you don't really think about the stuff until you spend 2 seconds after the show is done. So for me, if you stay with the energy and you binge this thing, you'll have a great time. Of course, now it's months later, so now I'm like, oh. But honestly, I had a blast with this. Um, three soldiers can't hold back two teenager high schoolers. Yeah, okay. Um, the fact that they all like, yeah, Lucas getting slashed, and I think what Robin says in there was very interesting. Actually, she said a lot happens in this episode, and you think about it, a lot does. They set up the plan with their quick talking, quick dialogue style. They revamp the trap, the truck. They set up the entire base. They do the
Is
thing
this
with
still is this
the
still the is this still the turnbull? Is
yeah,
this
this
still the
is still.
turnbull trap where they
Wait, am I just want to
where
confirm?
they
Actually, wait.
Two
I may be on
confusing
4.
episodes.
Give me a second. I'm on Sorcerer. Sorry. Back to Turnbow
yeah.
Trap. Funny enough, a lot happens here as well. Where they go to Lucas' sister. They then set up the ambush or the plan to attack the family. They then successfully attack the family. The plan goes wrong, and then they chase them into the outside. Meanwhile, 11 is doing a wow Sorry, Hopper is basically me when I play Call of Duty, one manning an entire crew of people. Um, like trained soldiers that are currently soldiers right
Hey, like
now.
apparently the military training degraded.
Yo,
I'm
dog,
saying the military training is degraded. I'm like, Hopper is out of
agreed.
shape.
Dude,
And
it
he's
makes
not been in
it's
practice for a while, and he's
yeah,
been just using a revolver for 4 seasons,
lit
and he's waxing you
literally.
guys.
And exactly, they're special forces. Remember that. They're special forces. And according to him, there's even a scene where they go out of their way to explain that he's just a soldier. And you're like, eh? This is like the reverse Commando. I don't know if you
Yeah,
guys know the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, but it's
yeah.
Commando in reverse, where they're special forces and he's the normal, and Schwarzenegger's a normal soldier. Um, but anyway, ignoring that, again, there's this thing me and Kuto I've discussed with Kuto before. Atmosphere. So I'm a big atmosphere fan. And I think the atmosphere of the show, the flow of it, the momentum of it is what really holds it together. So the stupid is something that can't be ignored. But I do think the flow is just that powerful. So I'm gonna give this episode, god damn, I'm gonna give it an 8.2. I think no, 8.3. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's me.
All right. Um,
Okay. Oh yeah, sorry, X. It's you.
from
Go
my
ahead.
side, I really like the episode. I think we got to see a lot of Holly, which is a character that was still being explored. The first two episodes were just getting a glimpse of who she is and this invisible person that she keeps seeing, but we didn't really know her much as a character because for the most part, she probably even didn't have much speaking roles in the previous seasons. So it's interesting to
Yeah,
see what's going to happen to her. Because you don't really know much about her as a character, as her own person. So the decision to actually remove her from the family and to see who she actually is as an individual was a brilliant choice. She is naive, and I get it. It makes sense because she was not that much involved in what was happening with the characters this whole time. So it's easy to believe someone like Henry. Um, when I saw this episode, I was like, Rob and I should actually talk about this because this was just pretty simple. An obstacle is you don't go through the park, you don't go to the woods. Never ever go there. This is the gremlins all over again. You know what I'm saying? Don't feed the
yeah,
gremlin. Don't put it into water. This and this and this. We know that the character is gonna do the opposite. So we want to see what's gonna happen when that happens. You know what I mean? So the fact that we actually
yeah.
get to see Max for the first time in this series, unconscious, well, obviously in another world, that was so amazing. It was like Trunks coming back, uh, like, yo, dude, hey, it's good to see you again. You know what I mean? So that reveal at the end was chef's kiss to me, man. I'm a Max fan. You know, I'm a huge Max fan. I love him. Dustin is my favorite. Obviously, Will and Mike as well. Actually, a lot of people are my favorite characters, but yeah, I would say Will, and Dustin and Max stand out the most. Anyway, so I loved every moment of it. I loved it, even though most of it was just Holly, and also we're seeing Erica again, and they need Erica now. And Erica's being stubborn as usual. People act like Erica is easy to manipulate. Nah, fam. Even in the previous season, they had to feed her ice cream, dog, just to help, just so that she can help them fit in some ventilation system or something. She's not a pushover,
She's
dog.
trash.
She's a piece of shit. Like we're trying to save the world.
Yes.
You're trying to negotiate shit. Like Erica, chill. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and the only
Out of
people that
But
control.
in her defense, but in her defense, they don't explain anything well. Erica is always getting third, fourth hand information. They never just say there's giant monsters or whatever. It's always your Erica. We need you to do one, two, three, four, five.
yeah,
I'm
but
like,
Lucas is just
maybe
trying to
also
protect.
Dog,
explain
even
that
in
there's.
season three, dog,
Lucas is trying to
she
protect
was
him.
But at some point, no. But at some point, dog, you need to just say if it's that important, you need to just say. it's like one of my issues with Hopper. It's just like, dude, at some point, just say the thing. This beating around the bush, it's not the time. Again, they do it again in this season because it's I guess it's the controversial episode, which it's not really controversial when you think about it. It's like the will. I'll say it up top right now. We're not gonna get to it in this round, but it's the will coming out
Now we basically volume
scene.
1 is basically going to be as far as we go. I can tell already.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it's just there's times where characters are supposed to say a thing and then they don't say it, and you're just like, but why? But anyway,
I understand what you're saying, definitely.
Yeah. So, hey guys, not don't wanna lie, I loved every moment about this episode. Everything for me was just chef's kiss. So I'll give it a 9.6. It was just flipping amazing.
All right, that's viable.
okay,
All right. All
okay.
right,
For me,
Robin.
I
Thank
think
you
that
so much.
the
We'll see you next time. Thank you. Get some rest and
all right,
please
bye,
use
Robs.
the background. Cheers.
Bye, Robsy.
He's
Is she
gone.
gone? I'm not on the
Yeah,
other. Oh, okay. All right.
yeah. Nah,
Anyway,
she. Yeah.
cool. Okay, so this one thing that's kind of just annoying me is the inconsistency with the demigorgons. I don't understand how they work
You're gonna have to
Say
elaborate.
the demigorgons.
because, like, yeah, I'm saying the demigorgons. I'm just like, because at some point it seemed like the demigorgon was a little bit fire resistant, and also its reaction time. I'm like, other times you are outpacing bullets and you're jumping and running on things. Whenever it's kind of like when you watch Jurassic Park and the dinosaurs
Yeah.
will kill everybody super quick, but when it comes to the main cast, then they start slipping like it's the Looney Tunes
Oh
and they
yeah.
can't catch
It.
nobody.
Oh yeah. It's that thing. It's my favorite thing to laugh at in movies. It's like when the best example being After Earth, where like something is chasing Jaden Smith. Those monkeys are chasing him, and then when you cut away and you cut back, the monkeys are like half a
Further
kilometer back, and
away.
you're like, but how did this?
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened? How did this happen? Nah, it's yeah, it's movie logic. It's the hero now, so it's harder.
Yeah, but I'm just like they don't. There's no like explanation. They don't like slow it down or like it's like for example, the Demigorgon just walks into the trap. Like this thing was Spider-Maning 2 episodes ago, but then he just walks into the trap. Okay,
That happens in anime all
Yeah.
the
and if this
time.
thing is
When Sasuke is fighting
and if this thing is
the
control,
main villain is tough. When Naruto comes in, it's a bit easier. Like, what the fuck?
then there's also the soldiers, and there's the one soldier that they capture. I'm surprised Hopper didn't shoot him after they were done.
The white guy.
Yeah,
And it's like, yeah,
I'm
no,
surprised
you've
he did.
killed too many soldiers for you not to shoot him now. Kill him.
Yeah, I would have expected Hopper to put a bullet in his neck.
Nice
Um,
and easy.
yeah. Then there's the whole ish. What else happened in this episode? I mean, I'm surprised that there's like that's the other thing. There's no neighbors. There's no nosy neighbors. This little black
Oh
girl at
yeah.
the in the night is handing out pies, and no one is like, "What the hell is going on outside?"
Yeah. Hey, by the way, the army takes 20 kids, and everyone's like, oh yeah, it's the army. Why would I say no to that? Yeah, please.
And here's another thing, right? And here's another thing that I just think annoys me throughout the entire thing. It's not just season 5 in general, but I just the army, right? They never do anything to really catch 11. I don't see the urgency in the army to try and catch 11. You want to know why? Because even in episode one,
All right.
the Wheeler house is full.
Mm.
The Wheeler house is full, and I'm like, you guys
Yeah,
know they live with the Wheelers. You know that
yeah,
11's friends is with
those
the
are
Wheelers.
former, yeah, they're former associates. Chances are there would be a soldier on each of them. You know what I mean?
Mm.
At the
Or
radio
they just
station, there'd be
kidnapped
three
the
soldiers. At the house,
yeah,
5 soldiers. At the school,
or
10
just
soldiers.
or just kidnap one of them and be like, 11, we have your friends, come.
Yeah, but instead they're like, yeah.
I don't
No,
get it.
guys, they're on camera. It's fine. We've got cameras. that does everything. Just use the honesty book next time. I'm surprised. You know what I mean? Just over there,
Yeah,
Will sign
I'm
the
just
honesty
because
book.
again, it gets brought up that they're trying to capture 11, and I'm just like, you guys are not really trying to capture 11. I don't see the
I
point.
don't believe you.
And
Yeah,
also, all your R&D is focused on 11. They get to that wall, and these guys are confounded. They don't know anything, and I'm like, haven't you been in the upside
hmm,
down? That's another thing. This wall
yeah.
comes out of nowhere, and I'm like, no one saw this before at all.
And also, how come we're all the scientists? Are you telling me the only scientists are the ones that know how to kidnap mothers and try to impregnate people? That's the only scientists you have. You don't have any physicists to be like, hey guys, what's on the other side of this wall? No one. It's not in the
Max,
budget.
no
On
samples.
a
They don't
budget,
take samples,
they all
and I'm
gave
like, yeah,
the whole
yeah.
budget to Linda Hamilton. They had to pay her.
Yeah, I'd like to think it's to
Ah.
pay insurance for the dead soldiers that keep showing up every week.
No, and Linda Hamilton, that lab, it's one of the most unsafest labs I've ever seen. You just got glass. These things that are tanking bullets.
New plexiglass.
Just a glass sheet, and you're confident walking past this tentacle, which we never know what it does, or who it's connected to, or why they have it, or if it's even from the upside down. I don't know where that tentacle monster comes from, but okay, you just have it in there. All right,
Yeah,
fab.
just have it. Why not?
Uh, yeah, and also I just think again the military part is just it's dragging stuff down because I get they're supposed to be an obstacle, but I don't even understand exactly what they want. And when they lay
Mm,
out the motivation later, it's just like oh, shut up. Okay,
yeah.
but uh, all in all, this one I'll give it a 7 point. I'll give it a 7.9.
All
Yeah,
right,
that was a hard number to
7.9.
get to.
Brutal. I feel like I wonder what Tabelo's numbers would be. I feel like they'd be brutal as well. I'm so curious. I'm sad he's
Arturo
not
would be
here.
given fours and threes and
Also,
Okay.
I wonder how he would feel about the will. I wonder how he would feel about the will bias plot.
Yes,
Because I
I
just think
need to know
where.
his
this
answer
he was
specifically.
gonna say that he was right all along because I'm sure there was someone who probably shipped Will and Mike from the first episode of season one.
My problem is its placement, though. I just feel like
Mm,
you guys did that way too late. But we'll talk to it when we get to it. Anyway,
yeah.
I think let's get to Sorcerer, the last episode for the night.
Yes. The sorcerer. Because I've got the sorcerer. But I feel like I already explained a lot of this already. Hopper and 11 infiltrate the inside base. They fight a 90-year-old woman and barely make it out. That's some tough stuff right there. Um,
Just a quick thing. That run that
yeah.
she does, it didn't play a part into her getting into the base. I was like, did you really need to train for that specifically? I feel like you were fine.
Hey, dog. At
I was
least we
like,
got to see the
they
fit.
gave her like a Rocky montage mixed with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where Hopper was Splinter. But I
Yeah.
was just like, you didn't need it.
Yeah, it's because it wasn't for the show. It was for us to see the fit. And that was it. She was pulling a piccolo. That's what the training was for. Nothing else.
Oh, okay, we see the fit.
Yeah, I think for me, sometimes that kind of
Ora farming
storytelling
to do
tends to
superhero
hurt the
landing.
mood, tends to hurt the project where you're trying too hard to give fans Easter eggs on something that you guys loved when you were kids, and you're hoping that we'll also see it.
Mm,
I think it really, really, really plays a big role in
Like I'm
affecting the
saying,
story.
the problem is like what was the because the problem is what was the training for? It's she was like, we need this training. You need to get down to this specific time because you're going to be accessing a gate. And I'm just like, just say she's training to get faster and more agile. Don't say it's
yeah,
for a
in general.
specific gate or something. Yeah.
Maybe they were scared of the Ray criticisms. But you're in season 5. You don't have to worry about Ray criticisms. You're not Ray.
Also, yeah,
Like,
and she's been, and I'm saying she's been at this. She soloed
Yeah.
Vecna the first time they fought. We know she's built like that.
Yeah, hell, she even beat up the fucking Overmind or whatever it's called. This Mind
The
Flayer.
Mind
If you
Flayer.
actually, she's beat it
Yeah,
already.
I'm saying we've been
Yeah.
knowing, and because she's an experiment, we can accept. It's not like the Jedi have rules, and Rey broke
Mm.
all of them. With
Yes.
11, we know she's an experiment. So we know that they plugged things into her back and stuff to make her super powered. So you don't have to. She can be as powerful as the plot needs because she's an experiment, not because there's certain rules that she has to follow. Although they do
Yeah.
break one of these rules, but it's way later in the season,
Yeah.
or they confuse me with it, I guess.
Yeah. I understand the mechanics of it. The mechanics are number one, it shows what they've been doing. It shows the relationship between her and Hopper. That Hopper is clearly trying to hold her back. That's the idea they're going for. I wish they could have done it in a different way, or rather give it
Yeah.
some good catharsis at the end. And I don't feel like they actually did that, which is a I will
No.
get to that at the report of the end of volume one. I'm gonna get to that. Um, I feel like, but no, I actually agree with what you're saying. I do think, and I wouldn't have said it as harshly, but I do actually think you're 100% right. I think you're completely right. I do think it ended up not meaning as, for the time it took, it meant less than it deserved. They could have used that time for other
Mm.
things, but at the same time, again, momentum, atmosphere, it's fine, in my opinion, anyway. So anyway, yeah, the whole setup. Now, this, of course, we talk about the Demogorgon attack, the big Demogorgon attack, the setup of rescuing the kids, converting douchebag Derek, the kids all getting kidnapped, them fixing the truck. This man bring so many things happen in this episode. It's actually I can't tell if it's one well done or ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? Like
Mm.
I can't actually tell if it's
There's
good or
one.
not because
There's two things. There's two things that are totally ridiculous though in this episode. But I'll talk to it when it's my turn.
yeah. My two examples were the clock tower and the tunnels, and of course pushing the door. Um, but yes, besides that, oh my God, Vic, I do actually will say this: the twist where it turns out that the thing inside the compound isn't Vecna. Number one, I won't lie, I kind of knew that it wasn't going to be her. I kind of knew it was going to be number two or whatever her name is. In my head, I was like, nah, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. Don't worry, it's fine. It's definitely going to be Vector. Like, you got copium, you got that cope in your head. I was like, and then when it happens, I was like, oh, and it was something I knew was going to happen, but it still worked for me. I was fine with it, even though I hate that chick. Um, well, what is it? Episode two of season two? Am I right? Does anyone know?
Oh, Callan,
Yeah,
Cali.
episode two of season two, I think. Am I right?
Yeah,
Was it? But anyway,
where 11 has a goth phase.
exactly.
And what
Um,
face?
always hated that.
Goth.
Oh yeah,
Oh, buff phase, yeah.
goth.
But I knew
She
that was
started
gonna
dressing
happen.
like Sam from Danny Phantom.
Yes, yes. I knew that was gonna happen in the back of my head, writing 101. I kind of knew. I mean, number one with the Mr. What's-it, who else are you gonna introduce? It's too late. So I knew that, but that was in the back of my head. And I knew it was gonna be her, but again, in the back of my head, I knew all of these things. I knew they weren't gonna get together. But again, ironically, the directing, the pieces coming together of the actual design is so well done here that I was okay with it. And that's something that no, we don't really talk about in filmmaking as much, where like you can still get past a barrier despite how I don't say obvious, but how clear it is. Give me 1 second. But I actually had a thing that marked the names of the directors. I think this was done by Frank Darabont because Frank Darabont directs two episodes. I don't know if you guys know that. My notes are gone because I hate
I
myself,
mean, it's
apparently.
even highlighted in the documentary where they're telling
Yeah,
you the things that Deramon did. For example, Shawshank. What
yes.
am I missing?
Green Mile,
Green Mile.
and The Mist.
The
But they
Mist.
don't mention Walking Dead season one, which I think is honestly fantastic, but not the point. Point is, some of the stuff they do here is just a-okay. I just blame the writers, not the directors. I just think the pieces together. I think that, in fact, in the documentary, they do say that the Duffer brothers say they wanted to be directors, not writers, and they use writing as a means to get in.
Mm.
And you know what? I'm sorry to tell. But again, I love this episode. If again, it's one of those things where if you let your mind take a nap and you just enjoy it, like you know what I mean, like you're watching a big screen movie. I think
Mm.
you'll be happy with this episode. I think it's fantastic. I don't think it's 10 out of 10, like Robin said, but I do think she's got it's the pieces are better than the whole, and I oh no, the whole is better than the pieces. The shocking reveal of Will having powers, they were building it up, they were building it up, they were building it up, building it up, building it up, and then poof, big bang, came together beautifully. I am going to give this one. I almost feel I'm going to give it a higher score, even though I do think the crawl is the best episode. I'm going to give it a higher score because the culmination of elements came together well enough. So 9.2 for me.
Okay. Um,
X.
yo, there's a lot that happens in this episode, eh? Like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is the rescue mission. By
Mm-hmm.
the way, this episode is 1 minute, 1 hour, 26 minutes long. It's a movie.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah, that
yeah,
makes more
so
sense. Yeah.
there's a lot that happens, man, in this episode. And I think it's great that they've executed it this way because they knew that this was the finale, the final season rather. I think we see a lot of Will and Mike again, which is great because from the beginning we've always been given the impression that Will and Mike are stronger together. If you guys remember with Fast and Furious movies, they
Mm.
used to do that a lot where when you see Brian and Dom, you know that shit is gonna get done, no matter how bad the situation is. So this is what we get here,
Yeah.
especially with the rescue mission and the whole bus pipe thing and them trying to help each other out. I think Robin already mentioned it, but yeah, the teamwork between Will and Mike can never be understated because almost every other character has their own partner, if that makes sense. We know with Dustin, it's
Yeah.
Steve. We know with
Yes.
Nancy, it's Jonathan. We know with Luke,
Jonathan, yeah.
it's Max. But we've low key always known that with Mike, it has to be Will. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
so so I like that, and also the dipshit Derek also stands out in this episode, to be honest. Like
Oh yeah.
he becomes an accomplice, he gets the job done for as long as nothing backfires, because he didn't do anything wrong, by the way. Like everything that he was planning on doing actually came into fruition. The only issue came with that whole burst pipe and all of that, which is not his fault.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, what are the chances?
what are the chances, man? And also, um, the scene with Will and Robin was great because, Robin was actually just calling him out on not saying anything about his situation and all of that. So that was pretty cool, man.
Mm.
The end though, with Will finally discovering his powers, for me, that was amazing because I was just asking myself how they're gonna get out of this one. So it made sense. It didn't feel like it was a random moment. It felt earned because Whale already had powers. These are the powers he's been having since like season two. When he came back to Hoskins, he could always feel something on his neck. Like everything just connects, like, just fits like a glove. So
Mm.
when you see moments like that, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people were hyped up because I certainly was. Um, because Will has always felt like a very important character. Even his absence was so big that that's the entire premise of season one. But
Mm.
I think he was limiting himself because he was always afraid of Wagner. But the moment he started being fearless, that's when he began to shine for real. So, 9.5 for me, Fitz.
9.5.
So I guess I'm gonna be the Grinch. Oh God.
So, and
Um.
yes, you're Simon Cowell. That's not even a question. You,
First off and foremost, how the hell did Joyce beat back a Demigorgon with just an axe? The Demigorgon was more afraid of the axe than it was of a gun. I don't understand these monsters. And then
it
they
looked
hit
at
it with a
Nancy's skinny
car,
arms and I was like, yo, I can't handle the smoke.
yo. And then I'm saying, and then they hit it with a car, and then it just gives up. It just ran.
Yep.
It was like, forget this mission. I can kill everybody inside the shed and take the boy, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna run. Okay. Um, I don't know. The Demigorgons, they just really beginning to annoy me because I'm just like, what are the rules around these things? Um, then the Derek situation, that to me it felt Deus Ex Machina because I'm like, this kid has never shown any propensity for focus or mathematics, and now they're like, you've got to calculate how many paces, and you've got to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you've also got to, convince these soldiers to allow you to go to the bathroom and etc. Like, that's a lot of responsibility for a kid who we were introduced to just telling
Just joined
people,
the
suck
team.
my fat one.
This nigga just joined the team. It didn't even last for the 8 hours. It's already an accomplice. He kind of reminds me of Flash,
And I'm
Flash
like,
in
yo,
Justice League where Batman is trying to recruit him, but Flash is like, no, stop right there. I'm in. I'm like, what if this was a villain? What if Vandal Savage actually came to you and wanted to talk to you? Were you gonna be in then because you need friends? But anyway, I digress.
yeah, but I'm just saying, it felt very. I'm just like, all of a sudden he can calculate paces, and I was just like, this. I wish you guys the nerd that
But
thing,
yeah,
but at least they
Oh, so it's
explained
not just
that.
me, right?
no, it's not just you.
What? Not
Yo,
just you
Buck, you
about
are
what?
gone, bro.
Oh,
We
can you
couldn't
hear
hear
me?
a
Can you
word
hear
you
me?
said. Yeah, now we
Hello,
can, yeah.
hello. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. You
Okay.
hear, yeah.
All right. Anyway, I was just saying that I was like, that to me felt a little bit Deus Ex Machina. That all of a sudden they had the perfect kid, and I'm like, he's the bully. Like he's the last kid I was expecting to be. I'm 41 paces from the entrance. But anyway, maybe I'm nitpicking.
I think
Um,
the idea was, remember, Steve was a bully in the beginning, so they're trying to recycle that idea of refreshing the bully kind of thing.
yeah, but that took time. Steve had to get his ass kicked a lot. A lot had to be taken from him to realize that I should stop being a douche. They turned that kid around in an afternoon. But anyway, what else? What else? What else? There's another thing that I didn't like. Oh yeah, like I said, the glass thing that's holding the monster. Because again, I think in this episode the military dude comes back. Oh yeah, also the fact that Will and Mike are holding back the door, and I'm like, the military guys have way better grip. Their floor is dry. Your one is wet, and you have sneakers, and you are holding back this door. I was
Hey,
like, what?
Doug. Apparently, physical training is not
I
what
was
it used
like,
to be.
hey, I was like, I was like, the people of Hawkins are built different. Those Converse are made by Spider-Man. Again, the military is dumb. I don't know what their plan was. Um, I, I guess I'm just going to accept that they're dumb. It's fine. Because the other
Yeah,
thing,
you
I'm
have
just
to
like,
get,
people are getting
yeah.
bodied, and people are getting bodied.
Oh, in seconds, yeah.
I'm like, you guys had profiles, or you had profiles on 11. You didn't just say what affects a demigorgon.
Yeah.
It's all just
And remember,
guns,
they
and
had
then everybody
flamethrower
just
guys.
dies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
But they
there was
only
Japan
use them on
knew how
Vecna, no one
to
else.
how to mix up a demigorgon
somebody.
in Russia, remember? I think it was fire or something.
Yeah. No, fire is a weakness, yeah.
Sure. But there was a guy that shines a flamethrower
Well,
and then I'm
well,
like,
that and
also,
four
did no one in the
cousins.
military? Yeah, and I'm saying, did no one in the military see what Will did? Because that's my
Mm,
next question. because I'm just like, Will technically in this scene is more powerful than 11 has ever been.
Yeah. It's like, quickly impregnate him. Like, you
I'm
know what I
just
mean?
saying, he.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, he snapped these Demogorgons' necks with relative ease.
Oh, yeah. No, you're
I was like,
100% right.
11 when she fights. You know what I'm saying? 11 when she fights these things, she has to be dodging and ducking and diving and running and like it's like all of a sudden Will is Goku and
Yeah.
what's this? 11 became Piccolo, and you're just like, come on, I thought you were the strongest.
Apparently not.
So yeah, yeah, no, I don't know. For me, this is gonna be a. I had a decent time watching it. I think it's as good as The Vanishing of Holly Wheeler, so I'll give it an 8.
All right. All right.
It's just stop. You guys need to decide what these demigorgons can do and can't do. Because now I'm getting tired of when they fight the military, they're ninjas, and then when it's the main characters, they're like, "Oh my god, an axe! Oh
Yeah.
my
It's
god, a
like,
stick!"
yeah, it's like the rest of us put in effort in our writing to make like stat sheets. Okay, the powers are this, not them. And if you watch a documentary, you can actually see that they're like, okay, guys, we need 11 to kill herself. And you're like, but, what? And it's like, for me, it's like
Oh,
they had
that
answers before they
particular
had a
finale.
story.
Oof, oof,
Yeah,
that particular finale. Like, and I think that's where they lost people because I'm like, again, something writers you need to understand, man. Even if your logic is not 100% sound, if people like your characters, they will let a lot of shit go. And
Yeah.
if you give your characters
mm,
a satisfactory ending, people won't the logic, or they will fight to defend the logic. But because you give them an ending
mm,
where you're trying to be deep and meaningful and you didn't earn it, that's what caused the split in the division. Because it's like you were trying to say a
yeah,
message, something philosophical, and it's just like you didn't. Your steps to get there, they didn't work, Chief.
100%.
But
But
anyway,
yeah,
this was a solid episode, yeah. And the reveal was shocking. I was just surprised how strong Will was because I was just like, in that mode, he can beat 11 very easily.
yeah, that was it. Problem solved, guys. I think we're good here.
Mm. But
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel
just
like
like, give him the
I feel like
powers, bro. Teach him solo.
Will is the Gohan of this universe. Goes through a lot,
He
probably
just doesn't want to fight.
some of the best powers ever, but it takes a
Mm,
serious moment for him to actually act up like that. So yeah. So are we doing overall?
definitely. Yeah, we're doing an overall. So that is volume one. So an overall assessment. All right, you can see my averages of like, I think I did something wrong here. Of like eights and nines. I think overall this is it's a great show. I do think this is a good way to get things started. They've done a lot of setups, a lot of premises. They've also shown us how the show is going to be, in terms of how intelligent the things are and their general flow. We've gotten setups, we didn't mention it, but like the whole Hopper trying to kill himself, that's gonna come back later, and I'm going to be yelling when that happens. Um, the um the
Oh,
action
yeah.
scenes, the military, we get an idea of what the military is like. There are so many big changes and shifts that you really feel that but it's all put together with this great momentum of the actual show itself. Things are going so fast, and so this is a fast-paced show to the point where it's almost at risk of being a problem, actually. But I do think this is some of the best TV. It's a fast pace, great. I think people were a bit too harsh on the actors. Like people were annihilating these poor kids, saying, "Yo, you can tell they haven't improved." And I was like, "Oh, damn." I thought that was a bit harsh.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
I always thought that it was in the directing. I think the problem was always in the directing and the writing and just
Mm,
and like basically the handling of the world. I think the actors did their jobs
to
for
be
the most
fair,
part.
yeah,
what I
I
agree
think
with
so too.
people on is what they were saying about Will and 11, um,
Mm.
their chemistry was just horrible. Like, I don't know. Because
Yeah,
they are the main characters. Like, they are the
yeah.
main characters. So
Oh, but
something
they don't.
just,
They barely talk. It's like, yeah.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, but I'm saying like they didn't really I think the thing is though, remember, is that because 11 was maybe an obstacle to Will's feelings, I think in the writing they never really made them mesh since season 1, and I
Sorry,
think that was
I
also a
meant,
problem
I meant
early on.
11 and Mike, not Will. My apologies. Ish,
Oh,
attention.
11 and Mike.
Well, that changes everything. Well, I actually think, okay, funny that you say that. To me, I think Mike was one of the biggest victims of the something to do issue. Like this
Yes,
Yeah.
nigga had nothing to
yes,
do.
yes,
They did not know what to do with him and
yes.
they abandoned him. And the thing is, they had opportunities. The man's own sister was like, hey, I see dead people. You know what I mean? I see invisible people.
No, I
And
think
Mike's like, hey, I'm
that's
busy.
if you watch
Yeah.
Big Bang Theory, this happens with a lot of stuff
Mm,
actually. It's not just Big Bang, it's not even American Pie, if you remember American Pie,
mm,
where
yeah.
you establish the main character, you make him lovable, you give him all the scenes and everything, and you introduce him to the world and his friends and whatever. Then, because you have no, you need the other characters to have something to do. You focus less on the main character, and now a lot of people start loving other characters except for the main character. Then you have a
Yeah.
lot of breakout characters as well. So you end up having a main character
Yeah.
who's just there because he's a main character, and he all of us, but the writers try to still make the character relevant and likable. I mean, there's no reason dipshit Derek's
Mm.
consider Mike his best friend. Like, there's nowhere where I was convinced that Mike should be
At
this
what
guy's best
point did
friend.
anything get said? Are we missing something?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like, why would
I
dipshit Derek?
100% agree.
Why would dipshit Derek consider Mike to be his best friend? If anything, he
Yeah.
should have considered Mike's Will's mom to be his best friend, not Mike.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes.
so those are the little
100%.
those are the little things that I've noticed in writing throughout the years where I'm like, just because it's the main character does not
Yeah, no, that's like
mean
that's why I was so annoyed with Mike just being like, my sister sees people, and then when he talks to the teacher, and the teacher's like, the thing is, she's talking to somebody and nobody's there. I'm just like, dude, that would be the perfect, like, was this Mike going on an investigation
Yeah.
subplot to
Yes.
find out who his sister
Yeah.
is talking to, and then them making that connection to Vecna would
honestly
have been so
speaking,
Yeah.
good.
that sounds like something Nancy would do, if I'm being honest, not Mike.
No, but I'm
Yeah,
just
but they
saying,
But
Mike
turned
I
has
get
been
Nancy
I
into
around
get
this shit.
Rambo.
I get what you're saying, but Nancy is more of the investigative one than Mike.
Yeah,
Mike
but
is
Yeah,
more
but I'm
but
just
she
saying,
Mike
if
is
wasn't
you give
more Mike is
Mike
more
investigating.
traits.
reactive,
They
whereas Nancy is more proactive. I don't know if you guys have noticed that about the two.
No,
But I get
I
but I
feel
get
what you're
I
saying, but
get I get what you're saying
what
though.
I'm trying yeah, what I'm trying to say is that at this point in the story, especially with the fact that there's just a lot of weird shit happening around his family. Already Nancy already is having boyfriend issues and what already. She's also not, all together there herself. What I'm trying to say is that Mike hearing that his sister is seeing something, that's already something for him to react to, one, which he doesn't. And two, it's just like you just saw a season ago that your friend can get possessed by spirits that other people can't find. Stuff that happened with Eddie, where he was framed for murder because of stuff that people couldn't see. I would just be so panicked as a bigger brother that my little sister is seeing things.
mm,
And I think that would be a plot to really explore and to really like expand upon Mike's character, so that he's not just the cheerleader of 11, because that's what they
yeah.
relegate him to in the story in season 5,
And
Not just
and that's
11,
you know
why
what's
but
so
their
funny?
11
chemistry is
and
kind of
Will.
off.
Not just 11. 11
Yeah,
and
but
Will.
now, yeah, but now you see what you guys have discussed with Nancy. I think they should have swapped that around. I think Nancy
Yeah,
should have stayed a detective,
exactly.
whereas Mike should have become
Exactly.
Rambo.
Exactly.
Because Mike is like, hey, Will is doing stuff.
Exactly.
11 is doing stuff,
Exactly.
and I'm Mr. Have you guys ever watched a TV show called Community?
Yes.
Mm.
Now you guys know the character of Abed.
Troy and
So what
Abed
he'll
in the
do
morning.
exactly. So what Abed will do is he'll be like, "This is going to be a Star Wars episode," and then he'll like pick a character that'll then fit the situation. And which character other than Mike? There's no character better who can do the Abbott style transformation to fit the action, then Mike, he should be the one to be like, okay, I'm going to become my character, my little doll thing, and then I'm going to level up like that. But nope, we just get angry Nancy. And I just think that was a waste.
It's so
Also,
crazy,
Wasted
when
bro.
did
potential.
Nancy become a marksman?
No, but she
Right?
was. No, no, since like what, season three or two? Somewhere there.
When she was fighting the
Who
Demogorgon
taught
with
her
a
to shoot?
pistol. I feel like that's a big level up. If you know
I've
what I mean. Like,
always no,
It
but I've
was.
always had that question. I'm like, who taught you to shoot?
It
Like,
was.
this is why her dad being in the military made more sense.
Mr. Wheeler is a boss. What can we say?
Yeah,
Mr. But you don't see it off screen, of course.
if she had spent some time with her dad in the previous seasons, it would have
Yes.
made sense. But it's like the writers, for
Because
some
no, but what
reason,
I'm
they
Yes.
said,
saying, Kem, is
okay,
that every season
Nancy
she
sort of
gets
looks
more
like
accurate.
Ripley. We're gonna make her look like
Yeah.
Ripley, and we're gonna give her Ripley-like moments so that she looks like
But
Sugomi,
then
maybe.
build her up.
Yeah, no, I get
Exactly.
it.
No, I
But I'm saying,
100% agree
like
with
that's
you.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I agree
but
with
what I'm
Kutso.
also
I think
saying
you're
is that
right.
every season she becomes more accurate. Like if they did
Yeah.
season 6 of Stranger Things, she was gonna start moving like Hawkeye, or
Hey, dog.
Neo from the
She was
Matrix
gonna
with
look at
guns.
she was
Yeah.
gonna look at the Demogorgon and be like, let go of her, you. Like, wait, what? No, this is exactly what Ripley says in Alien.
Yeah. And they probably would have, but I'm sure a lawyer said cease
No, but
and
what I'm
desist.
trying to say specifically, her skills with guns. It's just like, what are you in the gym? This XP, because remember, even with the bag of sand or whatever, she hits that thing like from like 100 kilometers away, and I'm like, that's a shotgun. How are you
Yeah.
doing that?
And also, what gym? Have you seen Nancy? She looks wild. Those arms have gotten thinner. Like, what is going on
I
with her,
think
bro?
I think the best
So,
And there's
person
no
like,
actually,
recoil on these guns, by the way.
the best
There's no
person
recoil on these
the
guns.
person who should have been a marksman should have been Lucas. Because Lucas, if you
mm,
guys remember, in the previous seasons, he was the one that was, using his what's this? What's it called in English?
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Give Lucas the jock of the group, apparently the new jock, the new with the Letterman jacket and all that stuff. Give
Yes.
him some physical attributes. Give him some
Yes.
bonuses.
But even when he
But
was a
nope,
kid,
not at all.
even when he was a kid, he was the one that was using in Kasi we call it skit reker, but
The slingshot.
slingshot. Thank you, Jesus. I'm saying that should have been enough motivation for him to want to be a marksman, right?
Yeah,
That would have
yeah.
made more sense.
Instead, no. Instead, there we go with the Star Wars. Watching Ray, the black guy from
I
Star
have
Wars.
something to tell you.
Ray!
Anyway,
If I had a penny for every time we had a black
And then
guy
after
simping
that,
for the
then
white
Kylo
power
Ren is
girl,
like,
girl with
we
powers.
don't want to hear what you have to say. And then Kylo Ren is like, we don't want to hear what you have to say, dog. Just go lie down and get kissed on the forehead.
Okay, guys. Okay. Kutsa's looking at his phone. I'm scared now. Let's speed things along.
All right, yeah, we can wrap this up. We can wrap this up.
this is what
All
I'm
right,
watching. This
cool.
is what I'm checking here.
Ah,
Because it's still part of the episode.
it's
So,
yeah. Funny enough, there's a scene here that I found hilarious,
yeah.
and that was like when you see that one soldier try to crawl away, and then he gets the worst, and you're like, did Vecna know him personally?
Nah, Vecna was like,
Do you
nigga,
know
you
what I'm
ain't
talking
going
about?
nowhere.
That's the thing that I'll never understand. That's what I'm saying. The way they do these soldiers, it's Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park dinosaurs when they fight soldiers, you be Mortal Kombat fatalities left, right, and center. And and the way Vecna stabbed that dude, it was like, yo, what did he say to you? Because
Yeah,
you literally hit him through the eyes and the forehead and
But
everything.
dog.
I think this was also like plot armor in a sense because why didn't Vecna just kill everybody here?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he
no, that's the
literally
other thing.
blocks the
Vecna forgets
fire.
his powers. That's the,
Hey,
Vecna
dog.
forgets his powers. He forgets that he can just twist people's necks with his brain.
Exactly. So why didn't you just kill them? This is
Hey,
that
dog.
this is that whole thing of I want
No,
him
and like
alive.
because
Like, why
also
do you want him
there's a scene where
alive?
he's chasing.
Why would you just
There's
Yeah,
a
hunt
scene where
and
he's chasing somebody, ne?
why would you tell your henchman that you want
I'm
yeah.
them
saying there's a scene where
alive?
he's chasing somebody, and when he's chasing them, he uses his tendrils. And I'm like, don't you have telekinesis? Why are you using
It's
tendrils
off
when you
right
have
now.
telekinesis?
Anyway, I think let's give our
But
scores.
yeah, anyway, so yeah, okay, so my score, I feel like I'd be too mean to give it an 8.5, but at the same time, I do think I feel like we can't ignore the issues that are there. So I'm going to give it 8.7. That's what I'm going for. 8.7.
I give it a 9, man. Not even
Cool.
gonna beat around the bush.
Yeah, straight
Eight,
9, right? 8. All
eight.
right. And judging by the averages, um, no, Robin was the most hopeful. Mr. X is the second most hope positive. I'm third. And almost by a full point, Buck is the least hopeful. um, we will see how things improve in the later seasons. Now, of course, my opinion goes down. Robsy's opinion, her opinion also, I think it sounds like it's about to go down. Buck, is yours about to go
Mine
down
goes
or up?
down a lot.
Mr. X, yours
No, not really. Not really.
is gonna stay.
It's
All
gonna
right,
stay.
that's good. So that you now, ladies and gentlemen, you've got something to be excited about. Um, Again, these are all nits. We're all kind of picking nits right now. We're nitpicking because anything above a 7 is pretty much great. I think we can all agree on that. We all have a general positive vibe about the show. We're
Yeah.
just kind of picking nits. There are things to notice, and I just think, I mean, they could have done better, but they still did really good for the Duffer Brothers. That's volume one. Anything else, gentlemen, you want to say before we pack it up?
Uh,
I just need Hollywood to stop the trope of dumb military guys. I just think I'm getting tired of it. I'm just like, all right. Okay, I mean, Fast and Furious, these guys can't do anything, but because Dom can drive a car, now he's better than the entire military. I'm like, what was the point of the training?
I think I would say the main thing that
And could
bothers me about this season is that they have somewhat not given Mike his due
yeah,
in this season. Actually, even in season 4, Mike was so what happened, what I've witnessed, because like remember I told you guys that I watched this back to back from season 1 until season 5, until at least like
yeah.
volume 2 of season 5. Dustin took over the show. Dustin is like Sheldon in Big Bang Theory.
Oh yeah,
So because Dustin took over the show, Mike just felt useless. And because of that, the things that made Mike special disappeared. His leadership, his commanding presence, his
yeah,
ideas, his strategies, tacticians, the fact that sometimes he's the glue
yes,
with the entire team. Like
yes.
even if there's a new person that comes into the group, they need Mike's permission for them to be part of the group. Like that's how important this nigga is.
Mm,
Whether he talks to Nancy,
yeah, and then it went away. Yeah,
and then that all of that shit just disappeared, and they made 11 Will. I would say 11 Will and Nancy the main characters because Dustin is just an angry teenager at this point, and he was irritating the shit out of me. Him and Steve, they were just trying to make sure that they are unlikable for some reason in this season, for the most part. So it didn't work for me as much as it should have.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because everybody knows that we love seeing these two on screen. It's like watching a Scooby-Doo movie, and like 80% of the movie, Scooby and Shaggy are beefing. You're like, what the fuck? We want to see these two guys like have Scooby snacks or something. and then you guys you just want to make them angry
Yeah.
and fight each other. That doesn't work for me. So
Also beefing over nothing. I'm just like, I'm beefing over nothing. I'm just like, hey, dog, Dustin got his shit punched in. I don't think you need to be like, where were you?
Yeah.
um,
You're not allowed to yell at me while I'm bleeding. You can't. I'm sorry, that's a rule.
just because you're jealous, get the hell out of here. Yeah, that's all I have to say,
All
man.
right, guys, I think that's it. So Kutso has like 75 channels. This being one of the best ones in my opinion.
What Series Nton
Um,
Nton?
African Frame series. No,
Oh,
well, no, African Frame Series Nton Nton. I think there's Retro Mzansi, which is growing really fast. Keep an
yes.
eye on that. And of course, Buckmeister Media. You're gonna catch his links all at the bottom. He, of course, has a very active Twitter channel, and of course, he's got his comic books and his series. Anything you wanna show quickly before we go, Buck?
No, nothing to show. Remember, I'm kind of like I said, I'm in the upside down. So yeah, things are
All
not
right.
going the way as planned. But yeah, please go
Uh,
check out Black Panther versus the Super Skrull. It is now sitting at 13.5 50. So it seems like it's growing by at least 10 views a day.
mhm, which is
So yeah,
fantastic.
let's see if I can get that. Let's see if I can get that to at least 100K. That'd be a
Yeah.
really cool milestone.
No, fantastic. And for me, just Google VR Sibeko. Check out my books where you can. That's it for us.
Oh,
Am I right,
also,
Mr.? Yeah.
last thing. Gotta say this. For people who are looking for Rob's books, one of them is only $10. I just saw this now on Google Play. So what are you doing? I'm about to buy like six of them.
Yeah.
Just buy you just buy
Thank you.
you buy like 10 for 100 or something.
Yes, you know what I mean, guys? Thank you. You know what I mean? Just support wherever you can. Always appreciated. Also, catch Robsy. Robsy has got a great cosplay. She's on, what's it, Kofi? I'll
Yes.
think by the name Robsy. I
Yeah.
think you get a link there as well.
Yes.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. We will see you guys for part 2 and 3. Out. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.